says we're live, so I guess we're live.
Everything's going. No,
Hiccups on my end. Yeah. So, hey guys, welcome to another Plasticast. I am joined by Megamus and Don.
Hello.
Sideburns kind of going to be trailing behind, chasing little red cars like he always does. Yeah, we didn't stream last week. I was kind of feeling under the weather, and just a lot of stuff was going on. It was kind of a not a good week for us to try to do this. So, apologize for the delay. We don't like to do that around here that often, but it does happen. But we had a few, I should say, more than a few, toys get bombarded on us in the past 2 weeks. Megadus said something about missing Link Grimlock and some stuff that he is finding out, I guess, about it. I know there's some video reviews, but
So there was some photos showed that they, I guess they're shipping it out or selective in hands. I'm not really sure. So it's not it's out there now. Go and find it. But it was more like, hey, they're doing this, and this is what it looks like. And I personally haven't looked at any reviews or anything like that because I really want to be surprised by it. I always felt that the original G1 Grimlock, while an excellent figure, was very limited in articulation. And so I can see with what they've done with, Sunstreaker and even the mini bots and Prime, that there's a lot of room for improvement. So I'm looking forward to it. So that was the main thing I just wanted to say on that topic yeah, I can't wait for it. It's out there. If it's not out there, it's coming soon to a store near you.
Did you pre-order it already?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if you had actually ordered that yet or not. I myself had just recently ordered from Symbiont Studios. I ordered the G2 Grimlock plushie. That's actually on its way now. I should have that pretty soon because we all like Grimlock in blue, right?
Turquoise.
Yeah, turquoise. Don, have you seen anything doing with this Grimlock yet or not? Or anything like that?
I'm afraid I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't see it.
Missing Link.
Yeah, I've got the animation. I've got the yellow chested animation color on order. I dropped the G1 order for it because my G1 Grimlock is fine, and I don't really have an animation accurate color, so that's why I got the second version. I haven't seen anything for about a blue one.
No, the blue thing
Yeah, I'm talking about
it's
like a cashy.
it's a plushie from
Plushie.
Symbiont Studios.
I wouldn't give a damn about that.
Well, I do because I'm the weirdo that likes that kind of stuff. But it is G2, so they don't really do very many G2 plushies. I think it was like 2 years ago or something like that they did Snarl. I never got hold of that one, but since I was able to, I dropped and got that. So that's going to be on its way. It's going to be kind of cool.
For me, I mean, like Ultra Magnus to me is not a good figure. I'm sorry, Ultra Magnus for me is not a good character.
Missing Link or regular?
But the Missing Link, I did get. And just that toy alone, you took a brick and you made it into 6 or 8 points of articulated brick. So it's a little better. But I like the Missing Link line. I support that line. I like all about it. So when I heard Grimlock, oh, heck yeah. Because, Don, you're right. The G1 Grimlock is good. I just want to see what they can make it better.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I just wanted the colors.
Sure.
I don't have and I know that's not quite 100% animation, but G1 animation accuracy has a giant asterisk beside of it because it depends on which episode, who did the animation.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get your UHF antenna tuned in to get the right picture. So it varies. So getting upset about it's not quite accurate, it's like you have all these different shades of whatever, and they're trying to get like as close as possible in reality.
Right.
So, I'm looking forward to the animation version. I've got the Diaclone version of Magnus on order because I do want at least one copy of that mold. But I have 86 Magnus. And I do have that Craftsman Toys Skybreaker Magnus, hopefully coming soon. So I'm good on G1 Magnus, but I don't have anything like Diaclone except for when they used that Siege Ultra Magnus to make Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus a couple years ago. So I am looking forward to getting at least that mold in some fashion.
Yeah, I mean, like I got Lambo, and then I just had to get the police one also. So
Or,
that is what I did. The police version, Sunstreaker. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Sunstreaker, but the Corden just really doesn't mean anything to me, so I didn't waste the money.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's kind of one of those things to me. It's like if you're wanting to like get all the Diaclone ones, they kind of giving you options, and I like the idea they're doing the animation stuff. I'd like to see maybe the animation accurate Sunstreaker. That'd be an interesting color way they could do with that if they decide to go back, because they didn't do that red one yet, did they? For that,
I don't believe so. I think it was just these two so far.
yeah. I mean, it's not to say they won't go back and go do those, because once they unlock a mold, they usually wait a little while and then do another run.
Yeah.
Pump it clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm looking at Titan class movie Dinobots versus Missing Link Dinobots in G1, I'll definitely get the Missing Link Dinobots in animation colors because that's something that it's not quite the same amount of money, obviously, but it's like if I'm going to put that money into it, having the G1 animation accurate is a lot more important than 4 or 5 movie Dinobots that really wasn't much.
Well, one of the things I thought about doing is all of my G1 that are boxed. What I thought about doing was just going back and trying to find the best most clean G1 I could find to put in front of it. And then these came out. And I'm like, to me, I think it'd be neat. I'll just put the missing links in front of them, representative with the G1 boxed behind it. And I think that'd be a nice display. Plus, I really like the line. So
I think that would actually look really excellent. That's a
well,
good
it's whatever I can justify in my head to make me buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Justification is a hell of a drug.
that's right.
I think we all kind of fall into that category. Speaking of an odd category, and since we're talking about like odd articulated blocks and stuff, I don't know if you guys got the news on this, but do you guys remember the Transformers Power Station that they did some stuff a couple years ago with?
Yeah, it was last year. It was the Battersea thingamabobber.
Yeah, it's a gigantic power station based on a World War II power station that's still standing in England that they have converted, and there's actually a Transformer store in it. But they're doing the AMK model kit is what they're releasing now. They're actually giving us a figure. It doesn't transform, but I think this is actually a really, really cool idea to kind of get the character out there before they go into trying to build something that you can actually transform.
Yeah. I mean it's a niche thing in a niche thing, but and I know Diecast and Brian Kilby have already backed the backed the, I don't want to say Kickstarter, the whatever it is.
Yeah, it's limited to like so many. I want to say it's like 2,000 pieces or something like that. It's not very many, but I think it's very cool. Another thing is they actually have pictures of the prototype, which is nice. So we can actually kind of see where this thing's going. I think this thing looks really cool. I'm not really sure exactly how big this is going to be because it's a AMK
Yellow Park kit. So I guess this would be more on the lines of like the larger blockies figures you get, but this does have die cast in it. It has been confirmed it will have die cast metal parts. So
Well, Yellow Park had a different size class.
yeah, I think this is
They were
probably.
bigger.
Are they bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's probably what this is going to be. Probably one of their larger classes, considering it's a power plant station that turns into a huge robot, supposed to be kind of like a Titan. Um, I'm personally all for this and would absolutely love to see a transforming version of this thing because his design kind of reminds me of like a roided out version of Ultra Magnus almost. Because just the design itself is so blocky. He's got those huge pylons, which are like smokestacks.
It reminds me of what was that? Not Overlord.
Overload
Overload.
from
The red
Armada.
Armada. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love the design of this thing, and I really think I think they're going to knock it out of the park with this one, and this is something I want to see more of. I mean, if they can't give us huge Titans, give us some kits like these that are kind of articulated. I I don't have a problem with this. I like my city formers to be huge anyway, and I think this would work really really well, especially if it's I don't know, like how tall like inch wise are those Yellow Park figures usually? Do you know, Brett? Like the height usually on them?
The ones that like they did the sound wave and all that,
Mm-hmm.
they are 5, 6 inches tall.
So about half
Somewhere
a
around.
foot.
But they also have a different classification that includes electronics and stuff. And if this has die cast, I would think it would be in that, and they're bigger. But I haven't bought any, so I'm not sure how big.
I wasn't sure if any of you guys have seen them in person because I personally haven't really messed with them myself. Even at the shop, I haven't seen any come in, which is kind of weird because you would think I would at least see a couple of Yellow Park items come in, considering we do get some of the weirdest stuff in the store. But I, I'm pretty excited to see what this thing's going to be like, and hopefully it will, strike a spark and maybe I don't know ignite a whole new thing because I mean the fact that this thing kind of almost turns into a historical building in itself is really interesting to me. I think that's one of the biggest draws because I like to research stuff dealing with like World War II and such, and this thing just kind of really just hits that mark because it's just a relic from that era, and I think it's awesome to see something that's literally a live action thing of something that actually exists in history and it kind of carries more weight to it. I'm interested by that. That's something that's just something that really kind of gets me, especially since it turns into a robot because I love robots. So, I mean, are Don, were you gonna back this thing yourself or not?
No, it doesn't mean anything to me. It looks interesting, but I could, and nah.
What about you, Brett? I mean, I know you like building kits. Would you be into this thing?
Probably not. I don't understand the concept a lot
Mm-hmm.
or what it's trying to be.
Well, it's
Which
just
I'm
it,
not
it's
saying that it's not bad. It's just something I don't understand.
I got you.
it's just them doing a Yellow Park kit of a figure. Basically, it's a fan figure slash retail figure. So I mean, it's really all it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually a comic book that's going to be coming out this year that goes along with this. So there's going to be some lore that goes with this character. It's not just going to be just a one and done type of thing.
I mean,
I
that's
actually
fine.
do
I,
have a picture
I
of
don't
the.
think I don't think this is my cup of tea.
Okay, but yeah, this is what the comic book actually looks like, and it's written by Simon Furman. So I mean, this is legit stuff. This isn't some fanfic or something like that. This is actually backed by, authenticity. So I think it's cool. I'm really, really looking forward to how they're going to do this with Powerplex, and maybe if it will spark the idea of creating even more city bots, because I think we're kind of limited on city bots at this point. We kind of have to drain from the same ones all the time, and it's nice, I think, sometimes to throw in a new one. You know, like, I don't know if did you guys back when, say, the MicroMaster bases and stuff like that came out many years ago with all the G1 stuff. When there are times you were thinking it'd be cool if it actually turned into a robot too, plus that base mode. You know?
Yeah, well, that's why we got the weaponizers back
Right.
when Siege started.
But I mean, I would like to. It would have been cool to see Countdown, like not trying to use, Omega Supreme as Countdown, but actually Countdown. You know, I think it would have been cool to see that, considering we got a Galaxy shuttle. You know, it would have made better sense if they were able to like release something that would do that. That would be a weaponizer, but they did like that. Was it that special pack that you could order that kind of turned into Countdown but didn't? It was one of the weaponizer sets, but it was like a recolor of
I don't know.
There was one, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was it was a weaponizer, is what it was. It didn't turn into a larger robot. It was just like a recolor of the airport airwave guy. So it was just like a recolor of it, is what they gave us, instead of something a little different. Like Skystalker back in the day, I always thought it would have been cool to see him turn into, some type of robot, considering he turned into a base, or maybe the anti-aircraft tank vehicle that turned into a base would have been cool to see it turn into a robot as well. I would like to see them kind of, I don't know, start touching into like base former stuff a little bit more, considering we always get like individual characters all the time. I think this is a good way to introduce a whole brand new character that can actually fit into the mythos. I don't know. I get into this kind of stuff. This is the type of things that I'm really interested in seeing new characters added. Because I don't know if you guys get kind of a little bit of fatigue from getting the same figures all the time.
Yeah.
Speaking about building stuff, I know we got a few here that are building things, but we have a Blocky's wheels. I don't know if I know Megamus, you deal with Blockies a lot. Did you hear about any of these Blockies wheels that are going to be coming out?
Not really. They've only had, I guess they're on to wave 2 now, and I don't know enough about them.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't interest me. I mean, to me, if I wanted a car, I'd go get a Hot Wheel, but it's just me.
Well,
I mean, I'm not saying they're bad, but it's just not something for me.
well, I mean, my thing is Hot Wheels is kind of dragging their feet a little bit. If you think about what they've given us. And Blockies is knocking it out of the park on this stuff. This new wave is actually going to have some classics stuff, which is interesting. They're giving us like 2 different versions, well, technically 3 different versions of Bumblebee. One of them's in bug bite colors. That's a chase. They're also giving us a titanium edition, which is kind of a gold and black. But these are like the classics Bumblebee with the little jet ski thing they used to go on his back that would transform into like wings and like the little sonic cannons on his sides. Yeah, they're giving us those as a couple chase figures, and then standardized are going to give us just the normal Bumblebee, and then they give us a recolor that isn't Bumblebee, but it's the Cliff Jumper, which is kind of cool.
So, as far as Blockies go, yeah, they're hitting it out of the park, but what are they doing? They are going everywhere. Every brand they can get their hands on, every concept they're doing. And then, well, why is it so successful? look at the price point.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of hard to beat that. I mean,
Well,
I don't know how they do it. I don't
well,
know how they sell them so cheap.
like, you think about this, these are built kits that are Hot Wheels scale, that are actually cheaper than some of the pop culture Hot Wheel figures or vehicles you can get. And I mean, they're going to be giving us a Pretender, Road Grabber. When's the last time we got anything for Road Grabber? Like since Gen 1.
Yeah, they're also. I'm not sure if this is the same set that we're talking about, but they're also doing a Sky Gary figure.
Oh yes, I'm going to be getting to that here in a second too, because this is that's part of the actual action figures, but these are the vehicles.
Yeah, the Defender or oh god, I can't remember the bigger line. I always collect Defender lines. But yeah, these are the cars, and I just never really got into them. And they're newer. Like I said, I think they're only on to like wave 2, whereas like Defenders are on like 6.
Yeah, and the thing that Don was talking about was this leak dealing with the new Lucky's got. I think these are the. I think you're like you said. I think there's the Defender line.
I think that's the bigger line. I think that's the Galaxy. I
Okay,
think it's
the
called.
Galaxy. I think.
Yeah.
But they're speaking of Galaxy. They're giving us Galaxy Convoy.
Yep.
We're getting our Star
And
Optimus.
then also think about their price points. You know, you got Defenders that are cheaper, they're smaller, they're cute. You have the Galaxy, they're a little more expensive, and then you get the Shining because they have electronics and lights and all that, and they're a little more.
Yeah.
So they're hitting the park because hitting it out of the park because they're hitting. They're trying to get everybody. They're not just going to one particular, you know, type of people or individuals that like this and not that. They're hitting everything.
Well,
I mean, Beast Wars is in there. I mean, everything.
right. And this new line that they have coming out, because this leak came out of the new ones that are coming, they're giving us Star Optimus, which is awesome. You can actually, there's a chase variant of him that looks like he comes with like a sword and such. They're giving us Super Megatron, which has also got a chase. Within this line, this lot, they're giving us a vehicle mode of Star Optimus, a vehicle mode of Super Megatron, and like Don was saying, Sky Gary's in this as well. So we're getting some pretty deep cut things thrown in here, and I'm very happy to see that. They're throwing in another Tarn. I don't understand why they're doing Tarn again, unless this is just a different scale.
It is. The last turn they did was, I think they call it Classic Scale.
Okay.
Which
Drift is getting some love. We're actually
It's
getting
about-
a Drift.
I'd say about 12 to 14 inches tall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bigger scale.
Okay, so this is the smaller scale. We're getting a swoop, so everybody knows. I think what they've been hinting is there's going to be a Volcanicus built from all the Dinobots. I think
Confirmed.
that's actually going to be happening.
Not confirmed.
Not confirmed, but we're getting a swoop in this set. They're giving us a Shattered Glass Gold Bug, and we're also getting a Windblade in RC. So, Don, I think you'd be one at RC, wouldn't you?
Not really. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, there's. I've got
Not
some
a rabbit
really-
hole you want to go down.
Well, I mean, I already have plenty of good-looking RC figures. I don't need every one unless it does something the others don't. And most all these RC figures are okay, but there's nothing really there unique, you know. Oh, I'd rather put the money elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I understand. Yeah, I completely understand that, but I'm actually kind of stoked the fact that they're giving us, the Super Megatron is actually getting some more love because
Super Megatron I'd be interested in. And I
Yeah.
don't even collect that size.
I mean I would
But I
love to see him bigger, but hey, that size class that may be one I'm going to try to chase down myself because that's interesting.
Well, and that's another thing that I think that they do well is they do blind box, and then they put chase figures in there. So then you get that like game of chance that you like. Did I get the chase figure? Did I get the one I want and all that? Some people don't like that, and I can respect that as well. I like that. To me,
I mean, I'm not a big fan of blind box stuff myself. Just give me the toy I'm wanting to buy. Because sometimes I think there's an influx of certain characters at certain times when they do that. Like Lego had a huge thing where they were doing blind bag figures for a long time, and I hated getting duplicates of the same figure because it's like, what am I going to do with this after I open it? No one's going to care to buy
well,
it.
I will tell you that every assortment, case wise, you will not get a duplicate.
Yeah.
But then when you go to retail and they get multiple cases, you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
So I can see that frustration.
Well, recently I did purchase the two waves that had all the Beast Wars figures in them that they gave us so far. So, I pulled all the G1 stuff out, and I have a friend of mine that likes blockies himself, so I gifted those to him. Mainly because he's been helping me out doing a lot of stuff in the background, so just been, it's a way to pay things forward. But I'm going to be building those probably pretty soon on this channel, but I'll get around to that here in the future. But I think it's cool that you can just get that, and this is what you get in the box. Now, if you're after certain chase figures, you'll have to buy multiple of that same crate and hope you get the other one you're wanting. So that's
but even on the secondary market, I mean, $7.
Yeah.
Instead of like $4 something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not bad price wise.
Right. Which is
and that's the whole idea.
That makes me happy that they're not that expensive in the secondary market in order to try to finish them out. So
now the chase figures, they can get pricey.
Yeah.
I've seen them up to like $75-$80. So I mean, they can get pricey. But the regular figures now, I mean,
pretty easy.
You can get them. They're easy. Yeah.
So, on the lines of Dinobots, because we were talking about Dinobots earlier, San Diego Comic-Con finally revealed their Spinosaurus. Scorn. This thing looks longer than Grimlock. But I don't know.
Could be the angle.
It could be the angle, but he looks a little longer. He's not quite as tall. But I mean, he's not the leader, but he's still big. And I think it's cool we're getting the Spinosaurus. I myself, I don't really have room for these Titan-sized ones. But I'm glad that they're going to continue going down this train for the guys that really like their Bayverse stuff. Because it does look pretty fantastic. Wait, what are you thinking, Don? Didn't you get the Grimlock?
No, I watched MGo's review of it, and it's on my Amazon browsing history. That if a good coupon code or if it goes down, I'm not gonna really worry about it that much unless it, gets to a really good price. Because movie Dinobots were just, to me, they were just thrown in there to look. Hey, we have Dinobots, and no characterization. Half of them, I think, didn't even speak. Just they're Dinobots in name only.
Mm-hmm.
They're dinos, Dino, Dinobots in name only. I just thought of that sitting here. So if you like Bayverse and if you like Bayverse and these are characters that you like, I'm glad you're getting them. I'm glad I'm not wanting to buy 4/5 Titans, although the swoop could probably be, I don't know if they would do a Titan or if they would do like a Titan Junior swoop, that 150 price point that Star Optimus was. Like I said, if you like it, you win. I'm glad you're getting it. I'm just glad that there's Titans coming out that I have no desire to buy unless they go. I mean, my wife watched the review with me, and He thought, you need to get that. That's really cool. I said, yeah, but it's a set of one of five. With Grimlock, with Dinobots, you kind of need the whole set.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's that set completionist. But with movie Dinobots, I think if you just got Grimlock for your Dinobot shelf, that would be fine. For some reason, the need to collect all the movie Dinobots are like, Now, if they're in G2 colors, obviously I'd be more tempted. Just to have G2 movie Dinobots would be a weird thing to have.
That'd be
But
sick.
yeah, but I'm just glad that you know I have no interest in getting them unless they're really cheap or a good coupon code or something shows up.
Well, I would assume they would go on sale sometime, because I don't think they.
Ollie.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Like, Brett, what do you think of these things? Because I know you don't really collect Baver stuff that much, but like, are you seeing any interest in any of these at all?
No,
Okay.
no, no, thank you.
But I mean,
No, no.
what do you think of them? Just like the engineering and everything. Like, do you think they're pretty decent?
I mean, the the first Grimlock, and I have a Grimlock and a Prime. They are test shots, um, but they're the same mold, so I do know what they are. And the Grimlock wasn't bad. So seeing a masterpiece version would be cool. And now they got this character that looks way different. And if you're into Dinobots or dinosaurs, I think it looks very interesting. If
Does he?
you're into Transformers, I think they're trash. I don't like any of the designs of the movie Transformers.
Yeah. I will say I've got the Studio Series Leader Class Grimlock, and I'm really kind of fine with him.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is the size of these things. Some people, to me, say you're a kid that's doing just Baver stuff, so you don't have like all the G1, Titans that's come out. This is actually a good opportunity for them to be able to have the big guys on their shelves, and I think
There you go.
this to me,
Diversity.
it's perfect for that. And
Yeah, I mean,
I
just because you don't like it and I don't like it, or someone else does, it doesn't make it wrong or right. They're there to cater for everyone. So put something out that I might not like it, but you might, and that's fine. I mean, it's just like Don said.
Yeah, and I don't like to hear people say, "Oh, well, this takes place of something else that could have been."
I see. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I've heard people say that, and I'm just like, it really kind of irks me a bit when I hear that, because it's like, how do you know they would even intended to do that? Like,
Yeah.
there was this.
Think of it this way: if you think that that's a spot that should be slotted for something you want, but someone else gets what they want, be happy for them and just wait. If
Yeah.
it's what you really want and they're going to do it, it'll come out.
Yeah. And also, people need to remember that this coming out now may give them the profit to do what you want on down the road, because
Sure.
what you want is not as feasible. Let's say, for example, that Death Starist that was HasLab came out at retail using that Studio Series 86 Grimlock. Okay?
Mhm.
Would anyone have really been happy with that?
No,
I mean, compared to
Not as happy as we are with what we got.
exactly. So
nowhere near.
so them doing these Dinobots, if that's what they think they can sell to do their future projects and still make a profit, meaning you'll still get what you want, it may take a little longer, versus them doing it now and it not be profitable or not be as good. I mean,
Remember, this coming from the guy that griped forever about my Leo Kaiser.
Yep.
And I want it. I want it. I want it. It took time,
but
and I love it.
yeah,
And I waited.
yeah, we waited, and I'm gonna say, and I've said this before, and I know both y'all in RFC, Combiner Wars Lyle Kaiser deserves respect for doing what it did do at the time with what they had. Yeah, it's not a great figure, but if them doing that Lyle Kaiser now, then, and they saw the talk about it and then realized, hey, we can now do a better one, you know, does it take a slot? Maybe, but we don't know that. We can't say this Dinobot is taking a slot that we. Okay, what other Titan could there have been? Like you said a while ago, Jason, Titans are
Yeah.
kind of hard to do because most every character that we associate as a Titan has been done or is not feasible. Like you know what a
Well,
Titan that
okay.
what a Titan I want to see? I want to see Spanner. Spanner from Marvel Comics Return to Cybertron that was a literal space bridge.
Hmm.
That's a Titan I would like to see that would connect the Ark and the Nemesis in vehicle mode.
Yeah.
And then it has a robot mode. That is so niche, nobody but me would even want that thing.
That or
That's
maybe
how
the Purple Griffin.
Purple Griffin would be. I would like to see. I would like to see the Purple Griffin done as Fortress Maximal.
Okay.
Hmm.
I like that idea.
Like it's a Beast Wars version of Fortress Maximus,
Hmm.
and that he has a headmaster component, Ugwiki, or something like that.
I like that. There is, um, just heard this kind of like through different channels. Don't quote me on all this, but apparently,
Oh, you're definitely
Evan,
going down on record.
huh?
You're definitely going down on record.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
Our beloved designer, everybody talks about Evan. Apparently, come out and kind of said that it's kind of difficult for them to do a Metroplex now because of the size Metroplex first came out. Because you think about it, the size of Titans have been shrinking. You know, no one's gonna be happy with a small Metroplex. Put it that way. And how old is that Generations Metroplex that came out? Isn't that
The
pushing?
San Diego Comic Con one. Yeah.
at least 10 years at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I believe.
We're looking at least a decade ago. And what he had said is there's a possibility, it may become a HasLab thing. And to be honest,
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would go over as a HasLab. I think that would probably irk a lot of the community, considering they would want it just to be a release, not a behind a GoFundMe,
Yeah. Well,
It's
the problem is that if they want a Metroplex that looks like Metroplex, that does what Metroplex does,
Mm-hmm.
in today's retail environment, it's either they do it this way because of the costs involved, or it don't get done.
Yep.
I mean that's what the reality of the world is right now. They have to make money to stay in business.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not going to do something that they lose money on, except maybe the Tron thing, but we won't talk about that. So we all everybody in this fandom has to understand Hasbro is a company. They have to make money to keep doing stuff down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So if they look, it's like the Rainmaker set. A lot of people are complaining like they should have been at regular retail. They shouldn't be a made to order. I think made to order is one of the greatest things Hasbro's done in a long time because you have a window of opportunity that's a little bit longer than your average HasLab. You can still cancel up to a certain date and not be charged if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get figures that you normally wouldn't get. And if that is and I've equated that to BotCon 2007.
Yeah.
Because Megamus and I've talked about this, you and I've talked about it too. There was no way they were going to get those rest of those Seeker molds out at retail when it's 3 to 4 of the same toy with slight differences when those toys were already technically on the shelves in some cases. So at the time, that was the least worst way of getting them out.
Which this is a very
And-
similar situation they're doing this time,
right,
except for they're like, hey, just go to the website and purchase them this way.
right,
And I
and
have
if
no
only
problem with that. I think it's a great idea.
exactly. But Metroplex, the problem with G1 characters is that it has to hit a certain thing to be right.
Mm-hmm.
And if Metroplex is not right in any other non-HasLab way, people may not buy it, or it may be a backlash, or it may be just a bunch of apathy because, well, they could be, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But if doing it at HasLab levels gets you the way the character's supposed to look, I will admit, HasLab needs to work on their tiers. Because some of their tier structures are kind of stupid at what you
Yeah.
get at each tier. It's like this, it's like when they did Snowcat. I loved all the tiers, but the bivouac set should not have been tier 2. Flint and Lady J should have been tier 1, tier 2, and the bivouac set be tent 3. I mean, be tier 3. Yeah, but again, you want the Lady J to go with the Flint, to go with the Snow, which I understand it. I don't have to like it.
Mm.
So, if they do Metroplex and it's a HasLab, people need to understand that's the best way for them to make it with the least amount of risk. And we know this team tries to give us characters as accurate as possible with their constraints.
Mm-hmm.
And if these people that say, well, third party does it better, third party doesn't have safety tests. Third party doesn't have to do X. Third party doesn't have to do Y. Yes, third party is great for getting stuff we wouldn't get otherwise.
They are very limited on how many they can create, too, though. That's
exactly.
Yeah, like
so
this is mass release versus limited release, and that's
right.
where I always get an argument when it comes to everybody's like third party is better, and it's like, okay, how much money you pay for that? So how many of those are actually created? So say you lose the gun to that thing, how hard is it going to be for you to get another one of those guns?
Right.
You know.
I'm gonna just finish up. I didn't want to get on my soapbox there, but if they do a Metroplex and they do a HasLab, when when Fall of Cybertron Metroplex came out, I bought Utopia.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that. That the War for Cybertron Metroplex meant nothing to me. So I bought Utopia. Will I buy a Metroplex HasLab? No. Because I have Utopia. I have the Metroplex I need. But newer people in the fandom that wasn't around when Make Toys did Utopia, that'll be their chance to get their Metroplex.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's
no, I agree. So, what you have any thoughts on this, Megamus? Like how they would probably go about considering the size class, dealing with this, like with Metroplex? Well, do you have any thoughts on this at all?
Just basically what you guys said was to do it right and to do it justice. It would almost have to be a HasLab. I mean, I just don't see how else it could be done. I am not a fan of third party. I have my own thoughts about them, but getting down to the gist of it, just like what you said, third party's not going to have the release that Hasbro does. And then you say, well, HasLab, that's a limited release. Yeah, and except for there are some exceptions, but it's readily available for a lot of people that if they truly want it, they can get it.
Yeah. That's
because they're not limited on the number they make. They're limited on the ones that are ordered.
True. So, moving on to our next little subject, because I know we've been moving a little quickly tonight. Dawn's got a thunderstorm and such, so we're trying to beat the storm.
Yeah, it's one of those that it's tapering off and it's back, and it is tapering off and it's back. I can hear Hank running around. Hank does not like big scary noises from the sky.
Yeah. But we do have finally revealed, like, the other, well, at least two of the bots to finish our Nexus Prime.
Right.
Um,
And from what I
I
understand,
like the colors. I think it fits perfectly. I know some people don't. That's just my opinion. But go ahead, Don.
I was going to say there is what is coming out of San Diego. 2 grains of salt on this one. Hasbro has said that they have heard the people are not real happy that there's no frame for this combiner, and so
Correct.
they said that they are going to look at possibly doing a frame based on the feedback,
Mm-hmm.
which makes the most sense. I think it would be again in this made to order for the onslaught price because you could use um, maybe the Superion frame,
Mm-hmm.
but in those matching colors again is what I've termed the battle embankment. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be anything but that mold in those colors, and it would still serve a purpose, and you would get the two figures. So it wouldn't quite be the value because it's just the battle embankment frame part, but at least you would be able to form an actual Nexus Maximus or Nexus Prime, I should say, instead of having to use a Superion frame, and it would just not look. It'd be in my head looking at this picture.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of Sam's Club Omega Prime, where the yellow Optimus and the not very different Ultra Magnus does not look good together.
I
This does not.
actually, I was sitting there thinking about this, and I was like, yeah, I got a better solution to this. Box set G2 Superion. That would give you
Yeah,
the
other people have
exact
said that.
the personal
Yeah.
exact colors you need to complete this,
Yeah.
and that would actually give you the frame and make
Yep.
it worth the money. And I think
Now
that
there
would actually
is,
work a heck of a lot better for them,
yeah,
and less people would complain.
right. Now there is another option that, again, grain of salt. QQE, the third-party company that made the parts for Magic Square Bruticus, that you could have Magic Square looking Bruticus and keep your Combaticons as Combaticons. It's a dummy set
Mm-hmm.
that you piece together using some of the stuff from the actual Magic Square Combaticons and their set. So you can have both without having two sets of buying two sets of Magic Square MP Combaticons. They're supposed to be looking at making a set that lets you create a Nexus Maximus looking combiner and keep your individual figures. Again, that's what I've heard, but the Brutica set got some pretty decent reviews because it's very close to looking like what the Magic Square Bruticus looks like without buying two sets. It ran about 150 to 180, so it's about the price of one and a half of their masterpiece Combaticons,
Mm-hmm.
but you still get both.
Yeah, I can see a third party doing that, but to be honest, I think Hasbro's answer will probably be closer to what I said and just give us a G2 Silverbolt. That would be perfect. That would fix the whole issue. Some people wouldn't care if they kept the G2 aerial bots in their robot mode or alt mode off to the side and just use that frame for this. I can see more people doing that. Because some people have love for G2, much like me, but some people really don't care. But if it gives them the opportunity to get that one thing to finish that figure, and it's more of a mass retail thing, and it's more available, I think that would probably be the better bet, personally. What do you think, Brett? What's your solution to this, or do you even have one?
Sell the frame separate.
Yeah.
The problem is that it would nobody would buy it unless you're doing the set. That's the only problem.
You asked me what would be the easiest way, what would be my solution. You've already got the bots. You want people to buy the bots. You need to, just like, hey, what have I been saying for years? Upgrade kits. I love upgrade kits. Why doesn't Hasbro do it? Costs money.
Hmm.
Maybe they'll actually look at that and say, hey, there's a market here.
I
Do
mean,
the exoskeleton there, sell it separate, it'll sell. Boom.
that is something we've noticed throughout the years of how Hasbro's kind of changed their engineering schemes and how they do stuff with like combiners and all this such. But it's like I don't know if they're ever going to just straight sell us upgrade kits because if they do that, it's like, bro, where's our weapon kits? Like, can you just sell me like a
Oh, no,
set of
I get it.
guns, a set
You
of
can't,
swords? You know,
yeah,
like
but you can't tell me that Hasbro doesn't design something. They have to cut corners, and in the back of their head, they'd be like, someone will make an upgrade kit.
yeah. But
It'll
we've
be
had a
fun.
lot that happen to almost every figure that's come out. Literally within what 24 to 48 hours of a figure coming out to actually be in hand for somebody. There was already someone developing an upgrade kit for it. It's
It's so
insane how
bad that we
fast
even
that happens now.
talked about what upgrade kit do we want for this. I mean, because we know they're going to do it.
That's true. Personally, like I said, I think my route probably will help at least get the thing in hand to a lot of people. But like Don was saying, just the insert parts so that way you can do the dummy stuff. I think that's a great idea personally as well. Um, and isn't there supposed to be two other figures, or are they just gonna just clone these and be like, "That's it, and that's all you get"? Like I thought there was a tank or something involved with this, because next
The
is
There
running
was
original,
an
a tank,
original.
right?
There was an original tank.
Okay.
yeah, the original Nexus Maximus had was based off. They took some of the Energon combiner limbs and then used
Yeah,
that.
They
yeah.
used the
So
onslaught for like the center, didn't they?
yeah, barricade, yeah,
Yeah.
Barricade.
barricade, and then they mix and match.
Onslaught. Yeah,
Yeah,
barricade. Yeah.
yeah. And then they mix and match parts from the other sets to give you Nexus Maximus.
So was it one jet and one tank, or was it like a jet, tank, helicopter, and something else? I can't
There was
remember.
a jet, tank, helicopter. Uh, why
Like a,
can't I think of the last one?
another jet or a boat or something.
No, it wasn't a boat. I think it was another jet.
So I can't remember for sure. Do you remember for sure, Don?
It's
It's been so long since I've
it's
seen
it,
that.
it was it was a it was one of the Thunderbolt looking jets, a helicopter,
Oh,
and then
that's right. Yeah.
I want to say it was two tanks.
No, no, it was two jets. There was the Rattler looking jet,
Yeah,
which is a plane, and then there was the looked like an A-frame jet, which was Skyfall. That was I think the first one,
Okay.
or it might have been the second. Anyway, but yeah, it was two jets,
Yeah, because I could.
or it was a jet and a plane. How's that?
Okay, so I mean, I could see them probably redoing one of these guys that flies. Yeah, well, I mean, they give us both the planes already, so I mean, they're obviously probably just going to use the Vortex and the Brawl, and just repaint those. That's more than likely what we're going to get to finish this out. Then probably, that's what I'm guessing. You guys probably agree with
It
that?
would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But moving
But
on.
then, wait a minute. No, there's another option.
Hmm?
You do a 2-pack and include the skeleton.
Yeah, I could see them doing that too. But
Similar to what they did with.
well, that's what I
Episode.
said.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Brett. Is go ahead and do it as a commander class price point,
Yes.
maybe as in the made to order format where you get the two deluxes
Hmm.
or whatever, and then the frame.
Correct.
But the frame would just be the battle embankment, but at least it would be the frame in the right colors.
Well, my thing is with the made to order thing. I don't think that would work as well as doing like they doing with the core and then the other two. Those are all going to be normal retail. Can they do similar like they did with Long Haul and some of the
that's what we're saying.
Devastator parts?
Yeah. That's the same
Just
thing.
do a 2-pack with that and just release it
Yeah.
as a mass release and be done with it.
Yeah. Because at that point, if you're buying it and you just want the individual bots, you just, the little embankment or whatever you want to call it, you just leave it in the box or whatever. I mean, it's just the price of doing it. In my opinion, they should have released it with the first one, but they didn't. So they're already behind the eight ball. So how do you play catch up? You tack it on at the end.
I mean, to be honest, I think in their defense, I don't think they know whether Nexus Prime was going to be that big of a deal or not. And it seems like
I
it
don't
kind
think
of
so. I think
has
it was
been.
just a one and done, and then it did well.
Yeah. Because, I mean, honestly, his jet mode is kind of a brick with wings. So it is kind of funny looking already. So I can see why some people probably didn't pull the trigger on him, but to be honest, I can see. I think the solution of them just sell it as a commander class with the other two figures and the skeleton and then call it done.
Yeah,
If not, do
I
a
think we all
G2
three in
Superior
agreement
on
that's
set.
probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. But like I said, if not, do a G2 Superior on set and go that direction. Because, I mean, all it is repainting something that already exists. So
It is, but then some people are buying redundantly. At
Yeah.
least this way, you're getting a nice cohesive set. And you just have to pay a little bit more at the back end because you're getting the skeleton with the two figures.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm glad we're at least getting continued figures to go with this. I know some people were complaining about the blues and the reds, and I'm gonna be honest with you, blue and red are two of the hardest colors to photograph. So sometimes some people are like, oh, it looks too bright or whatever. I've never had an issue with it being bright. Personally, I think it's cool because didn't the other one have a lot of translucent plastic?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Mike would have loved it.
That would have been his favorite. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be on.
Funny
He's
fact, I have 4 of the 5 in pre-production colors. That was the first thing they were going to do,
mhm.
and they are not as much clear plastic.
Interesting.
They were solid plastic, which plastic is solid anyway. But you know what I mean. So yeah, so it was an aesthetics change that they did, and then now we're finding out that clear plastic is probably something you don't want to do for longevity.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues that arise with clear plastic, and I'm glad that they're trying to acknowledge some of that stuff with like some of the figures they've done recently with like what was it the first Prime that they did the Primus Prime where they made like a frame around the clear plastic so that way it's not putting any strain on those pins, when you transform it.
But what I want to see is like Blockies has done a few clear plastics.
Mhm.
And then they did an all clear one. I know there's Ironhide, this and the other, but they did the Sharkticon, which is the little weapons or hand accessory thing, but it's all clear plastic. I'm curious to see if that is going to have any issues, and maybe it's just the process that Hasbro uses for Takara that's causing this.
Yeah, I don't know because I know Blockies did they have a translucent um, Megatron that comes with the throne and everything. That's a huge one. It's big. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
full set, and it's all translucent purple.
Yep.
And I've been on the fence a couple times of getting that, but I'm like, I don't know what the longevity of that thing would be. Although it'd be awesome to have to sit on like a light display and just have light just blast through it. It would be cool. But I'm also like, I don't know how well that's going to hold up throughout the years. Like considering
I don't know.
they're doing them cheap, they're not cheaply made, but
Mm-mm.
is the process different? We don't know. Like,
I don't know. That's what I said. I'm kind of looking forward to see how that's going to pan out in a few years.
yeah. But moving on to a lot of the stuff that got revealed, because they did announce quite a few figures through San Diego Comic Con. Obviously, the two from the Nexus Prime and Scorn, but they're going to be doing a re-release of the Alicon. That's going to give everybody another opportunity to get hold of Alicons, which I think is absolutely phenomenal because that thing is a troop builder anyway, and some people missed out on that. So, yay! That's all I got to say about that.
Good.
I'm sure you guys completely agree with that, and I don't think anybody has enough Alicons. It's like Sharkticons; you can never have enough of them.
I just think it'd be neat if they changed the deco on it a little.
Yeah, it would be
Not a
interesting.
straight repack.
Yeah, maybe give it like a little, just slightly different deco might have made make it so
You
it's
know,
not.
they like doing the animated and they like doing the battle worn. Do a battle worn.
Yeah.
Get some battle damage on it, rough him up a little, and
Well, now, you know, they've been doing like taking figures from like the Target 4 packs, like Cliff Jumper from Prime.
Mhm.
It was a single release, and so forth. So this could be a reverse. They may do another troop that because that Target Troop Builder 4 pack was very popular.
Hmm.
So they could very well put a damaged version in a Target 4 pack.
sure.
So it could work both ways, coming out of a 4 pack into a single release, or vice versa.
Well, and Don, you know this. They're no strangers to doing the troop builder things. For GI Joe Classified, they did the bats and just did different paint colors and damages and everything, and that thing sold like wildfire. So it's a good idea. You get the same mold, just different paint decos, and then you move on.
Yeah. Um, they are going to be giving us an Alpha Bravo, which I think is awesome. It is
Yeah,
obviously the Vortex, but
yeah.
hey, Alpha Bravo is getting another shot, and that makes me very happy because I thought that was a very cool, unique character to add to the aerial bots.
Mhm.
So,
And you can actually swap him out now since it is the Vortex mold and that Vortex frame
hmm,
Yeah.
is part of the frame system. You will be able to add him to your aerial bots if you want to have him there.
Hey,
yeah,
plug and play. There you go.
exactly. We're getting back into the play patterns, which a lot of us like. A lot of us really
Hmm.
do like that. Um, we are finally going to be getting our G2 Wild Rider.
Hmm.
Um, the deco is going to be
Right.
different than the box set, but
Right.
I I'm just happy they're even doing it and getting it out there. Um, we're all sitting there thinking, okay, when are we going to get the Motormaster? How are we going to
That's
get Motormaster?
that's gonna be made to order.
Yeah,
Him and probably Thunderclash
yeah.
will be the made to orders.
Oh, so they're going to do a Thunderclash as well?
Well, I'm saying that's been on the short list of everybody's been expecting, a Thunderclash from that Motormaster.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do believe that it's only a matter of time once they find a place to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think it's an absolute awesome thing that we're starting to finish out our G2 stuff because a lot of guys have been sitting there like, when are they going to finish that? And then they offload them like, oh, well, screw it, they're not going to do it anymore, so they get rid of them. Um, it's one of those
I
things where it's
mean, I
kind of
mean,
stuck in limbo.
yeah, but I mean, Hasbro has said that they know people want to complete that set. But again, they have to find a way to get it worked into the assortments.
Right.
So it's a matter of just being patient and not accusing them of taking a spot where, well, we talked about that earlier. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, yeah, it sucks. I waited almost 30 years for RC. Y'all can wait a little bit longer for your G2 Stunticons because y'all ain't hit double digits yet. I'm not
Right.
trying to be mean. I'm just saying it's a matter of perspective,
Hmm?
and they are trying to get them out.
Yeah, I'm glad they're at least doing that. Megamus, are you gonna be jumping on the Wild Rider to try to finish your G2 thing, or did you not finish those off and said, oh, I'm getting out of those?
I'd rather have my Motormaster.
Yeah, but it's Wild
Um,
Rider. It's a step toward it.
it is, but I'll take it. I'll take it. One step closer, I definitely take it. So yes, I do want to complete my G2.
What about Alpha Bravo? Are you interested in that one as well?
No, I didn't like it. I didn't care for why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, they only did it because that's the mold they wanted to use, and then they had to make up a new character for it.
Okay. 'Cause, I
Now,
mean,
I don't get me wrong. There's probably some more technical stuff behind it than that. I'm just saying, for me, he is not part of the aerial bots. I've got my aerial bots.
so you didn't like it back in Combiner Wars when they added him, then?
Oh, I never got Combiner Wars because I thought the figure looked like garbage. Looked like anorectic crap. But that's just me.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was PG-13 on that one.
I know. What we got next?
Speaking of PG-13, we now have a Sideburn that just showed up. How's it going?
I'm PG-13.
Apparently.
It's going good.
Well, first of all, he was like, Mega must be in PG-13. Am I on the right show?
Yeah.
But you're right. You're
Yeah.
here.
Everybody's PG-13 here. That's just what it is. We're not promoting that we're, kid friendly here because really we're not. There is a whole like Monster Jam thing going on, but not just for the kids. They're going to be giving us a grave digger.
Little monster cars going on.
Yeah, monster cars. We have a lot of monster trucks. Obviously, we had the shark and the bull that was released.
Well, I was looking at Bumblebee, so I said monster car.
Yeah, we got a
Yeah,
I don't know if those are.
Bumblebee. And
I don't know if those are out yet, are they?
No. This is all
These
San Diego
were
Comic-Con stuff.
released at San Diego. Yeah.
Well, we saw El Toro Loco and the Megalodon before, but yeah, they revealed the Gravedigger.
Yeah, the Gravedigger is the big one, I think, because the other ones are pretty much kind of the kid-friendly stuff. They're giving us the Bumblebee, the Optimus. Obviously, they're giving us a Starscream. I'm not sure what the other purplish one is. I'm guessing that's Megatron, probably.
Which one?
The Suburban, the big one.
At the
It's
top.
kind of purple.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one. Are we sure that's?
Yeah,
Is that not a like monster truck Hot Wheel that is Transformers themed? I guess.
No, I don't believe
Oh, I
so.
see what it is.
Yeah.
Well, because that's what the Starscream one is. I think those are Transformers themed like Monster Jam cars.
Oh.
So I would
thought those
assume
actually
that.
Okay, so those don't
No.
transform then.
Yeah, those are non-transforming. The only transforming ones are the two like
The shark and the bull.
cool kindergarten-like ones, Shark and the Bull, and then the leader class Gravedigger.
Okay, so I stand corrected. I guess we're getting some Hot Wheels themed ones. So those are probably going to be two-packed, more than likely, because they tend to do that with the.
Yeah, well, those are either Hot Wheels or the Monster Jam line. There's it's very confusing. I mean, I've had to buy a lot of monster trucks in the last 2 years because my nephew loves monster trucks. So when you go to the store, they're right next to the Hot Wheels monster trucks, are like all of the same monster trucks but under the Monster Jam label.
Okay. So our expert.
I don't know if those are
Monster
Hot
Jam
Wheels or if
here-
those are Monster Jam, but it looks like they're doing the Optimus, Bumblebee, Starscream. I would assume that one's supposed to be like Megatron. But
Yeah,
it's definitely the most like not like the rest of them.
it's a Decepticon. That's all we know. That I can tell from this picture, But at least they're giving us a Gravedigger that's going to be more into what we consider articulated Transformers. Do you remember his name offhand? Does anybody remember his name? Because I
can
don't.
find out real fast.
But I think it's cool that they're giving us Gravedigger. Personally, I would rather it just be Bigfoot. But that's just me.
I mean,
Copyright.
I would be surprised if they. I mean, it would be nice if they did another one of these and did some of the other ones, because the big two to me has always been Gravedigger and Bigfoot. I think Gravedigger just has, obviously I think it's the face of Monster Jam. So
Well, I mean, Gravedigger's
it kinda
always
always
had this
has been.
presence ever since like the '90s when it first came out.
I think his name is just Grim,
Yeah, I think
because
it
he's
is
like
just named
Grim Reaper thing.
And he comes with a little flag. Apparently, he's supposed to come with, I think, some blast effects for the exhaust pipes, which is cool.
Yeah, his blast effects. He has blast effects for exhaust pipes that, when you transform him, his exhaust pipes and the blast effects can turn into a scythe.
Well, that's cool. That's pretty gnarly. So we got a flaming scythe. So, Megamus,
He is
what do you
he is
think
a
of
leader.
monster truck Transformers? What are you thinking of these?
Sweet. Pass.
Sweet pass.
Pass.
Gotcha. What about you, Don? You interested in any of those?
I've got the crossover on pre-order, but that's a leader class price for not quite a leader class looking figure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll wait until I'll keep the pre-order until I see some in-hand images. Otherwise, I may just cancel it and pick it up at retail or something
It
later on.
it is definitely a very simple leader class figure. I mean, I think it's
Yeah,
obviously deliberate.
it's for kids, and also for the fact is they to get the rights they probably have to, like the Masterpiece trains in Japan for riding. The vehicle mode is probably getting precedence because of the license holder to make sure it looks as close to Gravedigger as possible. So the robot mode is kind of probably what they could get from that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that probably is.
That makes a lot of sense. One thing we are getting is our Decepticon emblem that turns into Megatron. That comes with a double barrel cannon, which is kind of funny. I don't understand why he has a double barrel cannon, but hey. Did any of you guys get interested into the Optimus that actually turned into the Autobot logo?
Not for that price. Not $50 for that. I mean, it's on my watch list if it drops in price, if there's a coupon code. But not for $50 for, because I have plenty of. I bought the book of I bought the Covenant of Primus years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got a giant, huge honking Autobot symbol to go on the wall. So it'd be nice to. I do like the way the Megatron it looks a little bit better than the Optimus, but that's almost that's $100 for both of them. It's like, no, there's a lot of metal card bots I can buy for $100.
Okay. I know Megamus muted. I don't know what he's got going on. His dogs, maybe. So Cyburn, what do you think of it?
Yes, dogs.
Oh, that's what I thought. Because I was about to ask you what you thought of this Megatron that turns into the Decepticon emblem. Like, were any of these any interest to you?
How big are they?
I think they're.
Are they like tablet size?
No, they're probably like maybe like a little bigger than the palm of your hand in like emblem mode. I think from the pictures I'm looking at.
Yeah, they're not very big.
The only reason I'd want those is for the emblem, and I have the extremely old plaques that were made that were licensed, and I have them on the wall, and I'm good. So.
Well, see, I've always been interested in, like, do you think they're going to expand on this? Like, for me, I would like to see those done as G2 emblems. I'm sure Sideburn wouldn't mind seeing them done as,
Beast
Wars stuff.
I can get behind those.
I would say I would be obligated to buy that. So it's kind of funny. It might be something I would end up liking. On the surface level, like based on the Autobot symbol and the Decepticon symbol, I'm not really I'm wholeheartedly not interested in those. But if they did do a Maximal symbol and Predacon symbol, I would buy them out of obligation, and then maybe I would like them. I've liked weirder things like that Optimus Primal mask from the movie toy line is actually legitimately a fun figure.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a great figure, but it's fun turning it into Optimus Primal and turning it into a mask that you can wear. And it's not that uncomfortable to wear either. So you know, that turned out to be fun. So maybe those things would be fun. But I don't know. I just
You're saying you would buy it out of obligation and learn to like it.
buy it out of obligation and then like it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All
The
right.
the like when I saw the Optimus Prime, I just thought I have this already. It turns into a PlayStation and it's a lot cooler. You know, that's kind of the vibe it gave me. But
The other thing here they released was the box set for Beast Wars. Um, the box that I saw that they actually have these in is really cool because it actually has like little individual cards on the back of like identification stuff. The only thing is some of the tech specs are kind of missing on it, so it really kind of touches like the old Beast Wars style stuff, but it kind of misses the mark, I think, a little bit on the cards. I don't know if you've seen those yet, Sideburn. Any pictures of that yet? Have you seen the pictures of the box for this set that's coming out?
for the set, can you repeat that? The set of what? The
Maximals.
The Maximal.
I don't think they've showed the box yet. I mean, I
They
expect
did.
it to be.
They have.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't pay attention to it. I didn't get the Predacon set, so at this point, I'm out on the Maximal set.
I mean, I personally think it's
But the
really
box
cool
was
as
the coolest part of it. Like if you had both of them, if they sit next to each other, they look like the two sides are about to clash. It would be really cool up on display, but I just don't have the space to display two big
Tell me about
boxes.
Well, I mean, you could put them there and then put your figures that you don't want to take out of these boxes because you're like you already have those figures, and then put them on the outside of the box and have them kind of posing around it. Could be an idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Just I mean, I got to figure out where Gigastorm is going. It's going to go up there with like. I probably will get rid of my. Maybe try to get rid of my Titan Returns Triptychon to put where Gigastorm's going to go, but gotta figure out where, you know,
Listen,
Galvatron
Mike,
is going. I'm running out of space.
at some point, you just need to get rid of all furniture. Make the room.
I already don't have much
That's
furniture.
right.
That's my only chair.
That's it. So sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Enjoy your toys.
Yep.
Yep.
So on the
Hey
floor.
guys, I hate to do this, but I want to have to go.
Okay.
All right,
I take it
y'all
that
guys
that's
take
about
care.
the
Okay.
time. We'll see.
Well,
you then.
that and the it's still pretty bad out there, so I need to go ahead and head on upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all guys take care.
Say,
Be
take
safe,
care,
Don.
Don.
We'll see you.
All right, thanks,
There
y'all.
you
But I mean,
Yeah, let me look up
go ahead.
that box art. Oh, I'll see. What the heck?
Yeah, from what I saw from the box art, it looked really cool. And personally, I'm
I
like
searched Maximal gift set and I got a bunch of lipstick.
How does that even work? What is wrong with the algorithm? Trying to sell you makeup products, probably because you have.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's looking at you like, oh, you need makeup.
The box is cool. If they line up next to, wait, did the Predacons have the tech spec cards on the back? I don't remember that, but yeah, if the boxes are the same size, that would be my worry. Is the two boxes aren't the same size, so they don't just sit and match up next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had both of them, they're both the same size. You could just sit them up on a shelf next to each other, and you have the Autobots and the Predacons facing off. It'd be it would look pretty cool. I'm hard pressed to ever dedicate space to a set that I only want for the box. You know.
Yeah.
Because boxes take up a lot of space. They're not that interesting, even if they are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's just
I'm actually happy that they're doing this kind of thing because you got some people out there that probably didn't get all of them or were on the fence, and then they're like, oh, now they're gone. I can't get hold of them anymore. I like the idea they're doing this, so at least it gives people an opportunity to say, you know what, I can get them all in one shot. You know,
Get them all in one shot. Get them in that premium, the premium colors that they released them in a few years ago,
Mhm.
and the dual packs,
And a
and just
really
have.
cool box to go with it. So, I personally think it's a really good idea. Um, I'm not. That's something I kind of wish they would do here in the future, like for say the combiners they've been releasing. You know, later on, oh somebody missed out on this or missed out on that, or say they didn't want it at the time, and then like you know what, I kind of probably should have bought that, since Hasbro's been really good at re-releasing, showing the Alicon here, um, previous stuff that came out before. It'd be interesting to see them probably do that with some of the other sets. You know, like them doing doing the Predacon and Maximal sets kind of proves to me that they can do full box sets of figures. You know. Now, profit wise, I don't know how that would work for them, but I
Yeah.
don't think it would be a bad idea. Like in the future, like here in like 2 years, re-release Devastator as a full box set for people that missed out. You know, or say they started getting it, but they couldn't get all the pieces, so they turn around and sell them off because they can't get them all, and then they're like, oh, box set, bam, people are took care of. You know, um, I think it would be a really good idea if they did something like that, and then maybe give us an idea of maybe getting alternate colors, like you said, premium colors. Maybe they do it in G2 colors, you know, or God forbid the Diaclone colors for maybe a Devastator or something like that in a box set. Just saying, it's an option, right? And what do you think, Magnus? Do you think this may be open opportunity for this kind of stuff?
Yeah. The big problem you have is just like with the Titans and all that. They're cool and everything, but space is sometimes a premium.
Mm-hmm.
So when you add more boxes and stuff like that, and there's, believe it or not, there are those people that buy their Transformers, open them up, and throw the boxes away because they don't have the space.
Yeah.
So
But I was saying just be able to grab all the figures at one time if they skipped out.
yeah,
On,
that would be nice if you didn't get them, or you just want to do it in one fell swoop. Sure, why not?
I mean, honestly, seeing this Maximal set come out, it's kind of making me kind of feel like I probably should maybe get on that train and do the same thing, because I kind of like this idea. It's something I'm kind of gravitating toward. I think it's a good idea. But there are a few here that are translucent that they've showed off here. Megatron looks like Optimus, and I'm assuming that's a weaponizer version of Six Gun, which is a really, really weird one to pull. But we all know how we feel about translucent plastic on this channel, right?
Michael loves it.
Isn't that your favorite thing, man?
Sure. I really loved all the clear plastic. It looks like a lot of the joints here are mostly in the opaque plastic, but there's still places where opaque is connected to clear, and that's just going to make in the future for some creaky, scary joint movements.
Right. I mean, like a weaponizer made of it. Come on, guys. Like, you're already asking for this thing to explode. You're gonna really make it explode now. And the shockwave that they're showing off here is the one from the Transformers One. Did you guys ever get into any of those designs? Like, did you guys ever buy into Transformers One figures?
I didn't.
Did you get any of them?
No, I mean I haven't even watched the movie.
Okay, I'm one step further. I watched the movie.
I own the movie. I still have not watched it. I think I got it in the mail while I was unpacking stuff. Like it was a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So I just haven't ever popped it in. We I think of all the ones I've seen of it, like I haven't had a whole lot of interest in it. But I think the only reason that this Shockwave sort of interests me is because it looks close enough to the Fall of Cybertron
Mhm.
and War for Cybertron Shockwave that I could see using it as a placeholder. But I obviously I wish that Shockwave would get its own figure release. But
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I think the figure looks pretty good.
I know like the panel they put up for STCC, they were talking about some of the other like gamer edition stuff. They're not going to actually call it gamer edition anymore. It's all just going to be kind of thrown into the studio series thing at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it was getting kind of noisy with all the different like
Names.
distinctions. Like, yeah, I mean, because they're going to be running out of movie stuff to call, to have just the the live action movie stuff. They've done a lot of this stuff. I mean, there's still stuff they can do. We saw that they're doing the Scorn, but they're kind of feel like they've hit a good amount of the major characters and a lot of the minor characters at this point. And then 86 is just going to I think not just 86. They're going to just the whole G1 cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which they
and
have
then yeah,
planned.
so it
One of the first ones they're releasing from that is Red Alert. They're actually going to be doing as a Red Alert, and the Red Alert is a different mold. They have literally said that, so it's not a rehash of one of the molds we've already had. So that tells me we're probably going to get a new Sideswipe, maybe a Clampdown. That'd be cool. Because I know Megamin's be excited for a new Clampdown. So
Yeah.
anything, it's a police car.
I just hope that yeah, I think they've already stated that the future it's not out of the question for Beast Wars to end up in Studio Series. I don't know. I mean, they could do more accurate Beast Wars figures. The Kingdom figures were great, but they very much were not accurate, especially in their beast modes. Not that their beast modes were bad, but they went more like realistic animal to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So Rat Trap is not a cute rat. He looks like he eats trash. Or he eats. In my case, my day to day is that he eats the leftover food from the ducks and chickens on the ground. But yeah, but so they could definitely do that. I could see them doing that. I would love for them to do animated figures. Like, don't get me wrong, the stuff that's been in the Generations line has been some level of good. Like, none of it's bad, but I don't find it very cohesive, and it's also not very representative of this show. They kind of went with a more like, I feel like what if you took them and made them fit the aesthetic of Generations lines, right?
Yeah, kind of like they did the Bulkhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, because there are some figures in animated, like animated line was great. It was fantastic. You get that jazz. That jazz is the pinnacle of, like, one of the pinnacles of Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
But there are characters like Sentinel Prime, who needs a Voyager class figure to make his character work. His deluxe class figure is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And just different figures like that would be a lot better if they had something bigger. Like even Black Arachnia. Black Arachnia is not small in the show. She's as tall as Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So she could use like a bigger figure. A Voyager class figure would fit her better. Same with Waspinator. Waspinator's huge in the show. He towers over everybody. So there's a lot of things they could do with that to make a more accurate and a better representation of the animated. So I would love to see Studio Series really start branching out, and if reducing Studio Series down to just a line called Studio Series that tackles everything as with a focus on screen accuracy instead of having Studio Series movies, Studio Series 86, Studio Series game series, and all that stuff. If that's what it takes to do that, then that might be the best way forward. But we'll see what they do with it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping to see, because I want to see them, like, if you're going to give me something that's an animation accurate thing, that's where you put that, and then if you want a toy accurate, then you get it in just like the Generations line. You know, I kind of wish they would have just created that separation from the very beginning, because there's a lot of toys that we got that was like kind of double dipped. What they do, they slightly change this or they change that, and that's all they did, you know. And there wasn't enough of a differentiation, something difference, huge difference between the two. So, I mean, I know some people have been wanting a new Bruticus for Fall of Cybertron. I hope they dig into that and actually give us a new one, because I've had that mold several times, and I had the G1, I had the G2, I had the premium. What was the Toys R Us version that came with the Grimlock that had like?
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, they had that one.
I have the one that was yours.
Yeah, you do.
I also pretty sure that the G2 one was yours.
Probably was.
And I'm pretty sure almost all of my Fall of Cybertron stuff I got from you.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Because
I got the.
I loved those things. They were amazing, but like I had to downsize my collection. But I would love to see them tackle, like, make us a better Jazz. That Jazz suffered so bad.
Yeah, especially since they already did. They did Sideswipe, and he's more or less the same design, just different, body.
Which I'm really surprised we haven't gotten that yet.
Yeah, I have a feeling that maybe the gaming stuff wasn't doing great, which is a shame. I really love those two games were great, and I would love to see them get remastered.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just feel like maybe that they weren't doing great. And then they also did a few of the figures for that defunct game that never even came out.
Yeah.
So, and let's face it, Devastation Optimus Prime was not good. It's too small. The Bumblebee looked okay. It's just, but that Bumblebee was basically just a cross between G1 Bumblebee and Classics Bumblebee. So
yeah, it was definitely an interesting looking version. It just looked like it was an off-road vehicle. But Megamus, what are you thinking, like, when it comes to like them doing this kind of more focused line? What would you like to see out of it? That you haven't seen yet, that you're kind of been like,
well, like for some of the things I would like to see is, I'm sorry, but I do not believe that they did Beast Wars Scorponok any justice. I hate that figure.
Figure is terrible. It is so
horrible.
Bad. And I own it 3
so
times.
Yeah.
No, 4 times. I'll take that back. I own it 4 times, I think.
If I have one, we're lucky. I honestly, I think what I did in my masterpiece shelf, or semi-masterpiece, I actually think I took the Japanese G1 I had, because it's gray, and put that in there, and that's my placeholder, because nothing's come close to that. Even though we're talking a 95, 96 release.
I think that Walmart. I liked that Walmart repaint they did for the reissue line.
Yeah, it's close.
Show colors. That one's pretty
good. If you
good.
ever saw the Japanese 2-pack,
yeah,
he is like gray.
Yeah,
not black, and it looks.
No, I wish I had those 2-packs.
That one's an expensive one.
Yeah, yeah. Anything that made the figures more show accurate made people want them more.
Yep. The Optimus Primal. The gray one in that, super hard to find.
Do you think we're ever going to get the frog?
His
Considering
name.
they kind of just did like a pack in with that Naruto, like, do you think we're actually going to get him? Finally?
Oh,
Remember-
you're talking about. I'm really disappointed that they killed off the core class size, because that very clearly the frog that came with the Naruto set was meant to be diver and the diver scuba.
Yeah, I can't remember the other
Why
one.
can't I think of his original?
I can't either. I was trying to-
Spitter mold.
Yeah.
It's very clearly what it was meant to be, and that we only have that as a Naruto,
Which,
Naruto figure.
by the way, again, is an expensive set.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I have it on display with all my crossover stuff.
All those bigger sets, even like the taco tank and the waterfall, the volcano.
Oh, you're talking about the. You weren't talking about the Naruto set. You were talking about the Niagara Falls set, right?
Niagara Falls set is what I was
Yep.
thinking.
Yeah, especially
That
if you
was
get
the
the
one I
mat.
want to see.
If you want the mat and the little volcano.
I had the little
Playset.
volcano and the
Playset
little,
part of it.
it looked like dragon balls in it.
Mhm.
They were red.
I mean, my thing is, if they were to do that, would you see them maybe doing if they decided to drag that mold out? Because they've been known to drag.
I would love to see
molds
gifts
out.
play sets again.
Yeah.
I mean, but not the ages 3 and up play sets that we've gotten, like real play sets. That's what I want to see. You know,
Yeah,
you know what I'd love to see? I would love to see a nice display room with an accurate chair for Megatron to sit in, and the panels and everything for everyone else to sit behind. When he was on the what would that be, the bridge in the Nemesis.
That would be pretty gnarly. I actually think
That
that'd be a really
that would
cool
be a
thing to
tough
do.
order, dude. That's a tough order.
That to me would be a made-to-order thing.
Well,
think
I mean,
they
there's
would go
companies
with
that have done sections of the Ark and all that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right, I want my Nemesis.
Yeah, I mean, the Nemesis isn't going to have the love that the Arc stuff does, because I think more people remember.
Well,
the
I mean,
Arc
let's
stuff
be-
than
one?
the Nemesis.
Let's be fair that I think if you because the Nemesis really, as far as I remember, it wasn't really part of the cartoon.
It was in that Nemesis 1 and 2,
Well, I meant the
the ship.
G1 cartoon.
Mhm.
It was
no,
it was
I
really
was
just
talking Beast Wars.
yeah. It was really made a thing in Beast Wars. And
No, because in G1, they crash landed, they built an underwater city, and then all of a sudden they had this big tower that rose out. And how they did that, I don't know.
it's such kind of magic.
I guess. And that, if you remember, that was before the space bridge, so it's not like they were getting any help.
It's mass shifting, man. It never makes any sense.
No. But in Beast Wars, to me, that I thought that was just a really, really neat scene.
Oh, it was cool. Yeah, I mean
And
that
I
whole
would like to
section.
recreate
Was
that.
cool.
And the masterpiece Megatron we have would be able to do it if you made the right throne or control chair or whatever.
But that's why I was really disappointed by the Titan class Arc and Nemesis.
The Nemesis was
because
horrible.
They really didn't feel like they didn't do anything for me in the fact that they were coming out alongside Kingdom, and the whole sort of influence there is that the Arc and the Nemesis play a huge part in season 3.
Right.
Um,
I can tell you this much: I had both of them. I no longer have them.
yeah.
The space that they would have taken up was more important to me than the renditions we got.
Yeah,
if
I
would-
didn't
if-
get them
if
because
I
I
could
was
have
like,
gotten them in space shuttle mode and had that because they look better that way, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But they would have taken up so much space.
that was my problem with I. That's the reason why I didn't buy those two, and that's why I got rid of my Unicron. I was like,
They're just too big.
the only thing I want to keep Unicron for is to display him in planet mode, because I really didn't like it. Like his robot mode was okay, but I didn't really like the figure overall. So I'm like, I
Right.
would prefer to display him in planet mode, but it's too freaking big. I have literally nowhere to put this thing.
Right.
And then I'm like, if I'm going to get the Arc and if I'm going to get the Nemesis, I want them to be the Arc and the Nemesis. I don't care about these characters that aren't real characters, you know?
Okay.
To me, there's only one Arc that transforms and it turns into Sentinel Prime, and it's from
Yeah.
Armada, from Animated. Their Arc, otherwise, is not a character.
All right. So listen to this. I'm going to pitch an idea. You tell me if it's something that you guys would bite on. Picture like a wet bar, or it doesn't have to be drinks and stuff, but you know what I mean, like
Swerve's
a bar
bar.
that you sit at, or like a breakfast bar.
Swerve's bar.
Okay,
or
front of
McAdams.
it's plexiglass. You have Unicron in planet mode, and you have both shuttles in shuttle mode displayed. I think that would be a cool setup. And then you would have down at the bottom, you'd be able to put your other different bots and everything, and it would be just a big scene.
Yeah, I could see somebody doing
But
that.
that's
if they
utilizing
had the
space you
space in
wouldn't
the
need.
house, but
Well, I'm just saying, if you had a breakfast bar or something like that, that area would be space that is not really needed, maybe storage. So it would be more feasible. Now, of course, you'd have to get the significant other to let you take your toys out of the basement. But,
Significant other, what's that?
hey, honey. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see some people doing that though. I've heard of people doing that with like a coffee table as well.
Well, the big one was the GI Joe Terradrome.
Mhm.
Perfect for a coffee table.
Yep.
And you can make a diorama in there, and it's functional, and it looks good.
Yeah, there's I saw some people that had came up with the idea for the Star Wars Cantina to do the same thing, putting it in a coffee table because the whole
Yeah.
thing wraps around if you get the entire thing. And
It's pretty big.
it's big, and I think it's a cool idea. Display wise,
If you're handy, you could do something really cool with it.
Right.
it's very true. But when you have limited amount of space to put something like that, and it'd be practical for you to actually want to mess with the figures, because you think about it, if you have a table, people are going to bump a table, so are you going to use,
That's why I said breakfast bar.
Well, you put it
Oh,
all.
that sucker down.
You put it all in there. You get them in place, and you fill it with epoxy.
you pour clear resin and it never moves again.
And then you
then
don't
it's
care if they're made from.
worthless.
And then you don't care if they're made from clear plastic, right?
Yeah, because
Exactly,
you're
yeah.
not breaking it, taking it out and transforming it anymore.
That's right. How do you like my one-time only diorama?
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I think when it comes to displaying stuff, with a lot of these toys that they're coming out for Studio Series, I think they have to kind of really, they need to be hitting the nail on the head. Like, I think they need to go through and start doing some of the figures and characters we haven't gotten at all. Hopefully, that's where they're going. They're planning on going with these. Not a whole
Yeah,
lot
but
of
you gotta
rehash.
you gotta remember that there's other people out there that aren't happy with what we have now, and they want something different.
That's the Transformers fandom in general.
Exactly.
It's
So
always
you got to remember,
been like
we're not
this.
the only ones thinking this; they are too.
Yeah.
Hasbro and Dakar are thinking about this too,
Well, the thing
because
is,
ultimately, all they want to do is sell the toy.
and honestly, I'll be honest with you. I was listening to a guy talk about this, and there's a reason he kind of got out of. This is kind of could be negative, took negatively, but the reason he got out of buying Transformers in general is because it feels like every time you turn around, there's a new one brought out that's slightly better. It's kind of like the iPhone. We gave you one,
Yeah.
now we're going to give you another one that does this one little thing better. And it's like the Seekers. Let's just talk about the Seekers. The Seekers is the perfect example of this. But when the Earthrise Seeker came out, everybody loved it. But then when this new one came out, everybody's like, "Oh, I hate the Earthrise one." I personally am still one of the ones that thought the classic Seekers were perfect. I never had a problem with them. And some people are like, "Oh, well, why would you want this over that? They're smaller and they don't have as much articulation and blah 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 blah." But I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you. How often are you really messing with articulation unless you're a photographer? You know, not a lot of people take their toys out and just pose them just to pose them. You know what I mean? Some people, they pose them once, they stick it on a shelf, and that's it. It never gets touched.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And then the guys that complain about the back of their Transformers, I want, please, somebody, take me pictures, send me photos through Discord, whatever, and show me pictures of your display of all your Transformers faced backward.
I don't even
That
remember
way I can
what
see
mine looked like.
all. Yeah, yeah.
Is that a challenge?
That's a challenge. I want to see this because I want to see your display.
I want to
That's
be
supposed
the.
to be your display.
I want to be
They're all
the.
facing the wall, not facing you. They're all you see is the back.
I want to be the first guy. Yeah. Well, what I'm gonna get mirrors, right? So,
Well, so here's the problem. I was just going to say that. Most of my displays have mirrors, so you can see the back of them. The problem is I have so many freaking toys in there, you can't see the glass.
There you go. You
Yeah, I
see
mean,
they're there and there.
that's about how it would be.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't really care how the back of my figure looks, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like that's like I know a lot of people are really bothered by gaps and they buy the gap fillers and all that stuff. I'm like like maybe there's a few times where I see a gap in the leg of the toy and it bothers me a little bit, but when it comes to the back of the figure, it's facing towards me. I'm not displaying it with his back. I maybe
Right.
some people do more dynamic poses. If someone out there wants to do like more dynamic stuff, maybe you get angles from it that look bad. But yeah, it's I think for most of us, especially when you get you run out of space like this, like these Beast Wars shelves here that are all on risers just so that you can see them all.
mhm,
They face towards you with their arms to their side.
mhm.
uh,
They're not doing
You don't
some
have the-
dynamic pose and trying
Yeah,
to
they're-
jump somebody or something.
there's no dynamics there. They're taking up as little space as possible so
Right.
they can have as many figures
they're
as possible.
static, strapping down, arms to their
Yeah.
side, got attention.
Right.
That's why you display them so boring, because I have like 2,000 figures at this point.
I mean, the
Or
people that
maybe more.
complain
I haven't
about
counted
this-
in a long time.
Like I like to tell the people that complain about this, I'm like, well, then what you want what Hasbro gave us, the Red series, Action Masters. That's what you want. Oh, I need it to transform. No, you don't, because you don't want gaps. You don't want any of that. You want it to look accurate.
See, that's
You're not
where
gonna have any transformation if it looks accurate.
like I know people really like transforming their toys. I don't fall in that camp. I like a transformer that transforms, but if I'm being honest with you,
I don't touch it.
I'm a 38-year-old man. I stick it in a shelf, and once it's in the shelf, don't ever touch it again.
Pretty much.
It's a statue at that point.
Hmm.
So like I understand the complaints of things like masterpieces are too complex to transform. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty complicated. I'm transforming it once and never touching it again. It's a statue. It goes into my shelf. It's a fancy statue. What it benefits from is the potential to transform. It's never going to transform again.
I'll tell you right
Um,
now, don't do it.
And then
Don't
you got
I'm
the guys
afraid
that
of most of
double
my
and
masterpiece
triple dip.
figures. Look, ugh.
Like the guys that double and triple dip on figures, like, oh, I want one that's in figure mode, then I want one in alt mode, and if it's a combiner, I need it in the combine mode. And I'm like, okay,
talking about
that's
Han?
cool. So you bought 3 of the same figure, you're going to keep them all in these modes, and that's it. So why don't we just have stagnant statues of those? I mean,
I think Blockies is proving that
Blockies
people
is
are
knocking
fine
it
with
out
that.
of the
But
park.
Blockies is proving, but it's because Blockies are really they're fun at the scale they're at, and they aren't like 100% like I mean they're stylized. I mean I have a bunch of them sitting here. Like, this little guy, he's tiny, he's cheap.
Mhm.
They're fun and they're like little stylized dudes. And if I had a little dinosaur version of him to go next to him, I'd be super happy. Like, I actually thought the play pattern with these two, and Lyle Convoy has it too, but sort of the play pattern with Ratchet was actually pretty fun because you can turn Ratchet's vehicle mode into his platform. So I think there is a market there, and I think Blockers is sort of hitting that market.
Yeah, I really think if you guys are wanting transforming robots, get your transforming robots. If you don't, maybe Blockies, Yellow Park, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I think it is Blockies that actually put out this newest version of Optimus Prime from Transformers Prime.
Prime,
It
that's
literally looks like it
super
came out of the show.
ID
It is
build,
so
yeah.
accurate. It's stupid.
It's really cool. If they do Beast Wars ones of that, I would be tempted to get them for sure.
Which I'll be honest, they might.
As I said before, just wait. They want to put out everything. They want everyone to want Blockies. And they're going about it pretty good.
They're doing a good job because they're even doing Marvel figures, which are cool. I've actually seen some of the Marvel figures.
And Blockies, but some of the wheels stuff actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of sitting here thinking maybe I should start backtracking and buying all the wheels.
Because they're coming out. Oh my god, they're coming out with animated Soundwave is in the next wave of wheels.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier today.
The two Chase figures that are him with Laserbeak and Sound Blaster with Ratbat.
Yeah,
I'm like, why did those got to be Chases? I want those ones.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, it's you gotta go and chase it.
Yeah, and it's like Megamus is like, he doesn't. You said you didn't really care for these because you'd rather just have Hot Wheels, but to be honest, that's what these are.
No, I mean I really don't want Hot Wheels either. They just don't appeal to me. I'd rather if I want my robots, I want my robots. As a matter of fact, like I said, I do Defenders, and in like every Defender assortment, there's at least one or two vehicles, and I hate them.
The vehicles aren't great.
I don't like them. I think it's a wasted spot that we could get something else I want.
Like I don't know. The Dinobots are fun. The little animals I think are a little cooler.
That's
than
different.
The
That's a personality. This is just a mode.
Yeah.
That's why I like because I have I got some vehicles with the last set. I mean, obviously, it was two of the Combaticons they were supposed to become. You're supposed to buy the kit, turn it into. But without them, they're kind of just really dumpy figures. That is why I appreciated the Ratchet actually going.
Where it opens up with the little turret.
Turn it into platform, so you can have Ratchet next to it, and it looks like he transformed from his van mode. But
but then if you really want to get like Super G1, you open up the platform and you put the figure Ratchet in it, and then he's standing on top of himself like he did in the original one.
Yeah, I mean it does do that. It's kind of cool.
Is Ratchet and Ironhide the original surfers in Transformers?
I look at it, yeah. I mean, actually, if you look at the original comic book, they were G1 toys. They had no head. Their face was in their windshield, and it was still that way in the comic.
Which is funny, and that's something. If we're talking about Studio Series stuff, I would love to see them take
War Within.
No. Remember the very first issue of Transformers where they show Optimus Prime's battle station alt mode before he became a truck. That really weird, whatever the heck that was that he turned into. Where is that alt mode?
I want Lamppost Soundwave.
Lampshade. Lampshade Soundwave.
Yeah.
Lamppost. He's just all you gotta do is put his arms out like this and it took his head back. That's it. That's all you gotta do with him.
So here's the question: is Soundwave's Cybertron mode based on streetlights on Cybertron, or are all of Cybertron's streetlights based on Soundwave?
That's
Well,
a very
going
good
by all
question.
the other effects, it's hard to tell because here's the thing. On Cybertron, they turned into vehicles, right?
Mhm.
If you turned into vehicle, why would you need a vehicle? You don't. So they're all. If you're in vehicle mode, they know, hey, that's a transformer
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have vehicles,
No.
and by proxy, with them getting on the Ark, why wasn't that just a big transformer?
I mean, it's a huge building. It takes off into space.
Hence why we got later an Ark that transforms.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like afterwards, they're flying around in the back of Astrotrain. They're flying around in the back of Skylinks. You know.
Yeah. Or they're flying around in broadside. Because you got the aerial bots flying broadside like an airplane, because their airplanes that need an airplane to fly airplanes.
I'm just saying, mass shifting is real. Leave it at that.
It's real.
It's so funny.
As the planet's a transformer too, you know. And
You don't find that out until later.
No. It's kind of crazy. Like our hobby and what we get into, just this fandom is just it's out there. And I know a lot of people complain about things, but you know, we're all here to have fun with it, enjoy what they're giving us. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. Is just take from this, enjoy what they're giving us. If it's something you don't like, that's fine. Let someone else like it. You don't have to like all the, the Bayformer stuff. If you're not into animated, that's fine. If you don't like G2,
no, it's not
that's
fun. I disagree.
fine. If you don't like G1, that's fine. If you don't like Beast Wars, you're wrong.
Blasphemy.
But you know.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to dislike Beast Wars or animated. I'm sorry. Those are the two. Those are the two series that actually cared.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit of Prime.
Just a little.
Sorry, G1. I like the others, but you can't put down G1. It had to start somewhere.
G1 cared about selling you toys.
And you don't think they did
No,
the same
G1
thing at Kenner with Beast Wars?
G1's fine. Well, I mean, kind of. They sold you 8 to 12 figures.
Over
and
and
then,
over and over again through how many series?
Yeah, and then
then
they
there
got bought
was-
out. It's not their fault.
And then there was like 30 figures that you never saw on the show, you know, but
Mm.
I do miss those days, but yeah, no, that G1 is a fun watch. It's just you watch it like you watch, you know, Adam West Batman, right? You don't go into it expecting something amazing. You
I
expect something
love
fun.
Adam West.
Adam West is my man. Adam West.
Yeah,
all
I'm
the
just
way.
saying. I'm saying
all
you're
the
not getting you know, Christian Bale Batman. You're getting campy Batman. And campy Batman can be a whole lot of fun, but
Like all of
you know,
them.
It's like comparing, some of the Godzilla movies that were serious to the Godzilla movies that weren't. It's like, come on.
my favorite Godzilla
campy
movie
ones.
is versus Megalon with Jet Jaguar. So you know,
There you go.
maximum
You do
camp
not want me to weigh in on this conversation.
But why not?
of Godzilla.
Which Godzilla movie do I like the best? The shortest one, so I don't have to sit through it. I have no desire at all for Godzilla. I'm sorry. I know, but I just don't care
What
for
do you have to do? What do you have against a couple of guys putting on rubber suits and fighting each other?
You watched wrestling, didn't you?
I don't like Power Rangers either, so
Oh no, you didn't like Power
sue
Rangers.
me. I'm
Here
sorry.
comes the hate comments because of that one.
Did
Well, think about
I did?
that.
Yeah. When I was
Think about how old I was when Power Rangers came out. Come on.
I mean, come on. A lot of us, when we were growing up, when Power Rangers came out during the 90s, some of us were like, what is this, a Voltron ripoff? And then turn around and find out, oh, wait, no, Voltron ripped everything else off.
Pretty much. But
Yeah.
the only reason I know anything about Power Rangers is because of my kids. and they loved it.
Look,
And I
you,
get
you
it.
would have loved it if you lived in South America and you were already familiar with Ultraman, because they love the Ultraman down there.
I would love it a lot better if I was like 30 years younger too, but I'm not.
Godzilla's from 1954, man. You have plenty of time.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
you
for
really have an
everybody.
excuse
I
on
love
that
it.
one.
I absolutely love Godzilla, man.
And once again, like I said, Godzilla's fine. I get it. You like it? Good. For me, just I couldn't tell you. Let me see. Godzilla, Godzuki, Mecha Godzilla. Crap, the thing with the wings.
That's
Give me the R.
That doesn't narrow it down.
Give me the R.
Rodan.
Rodan.
That's it.
Talk about the pterodactyl. There's a
Guess
big
what?
five. At least name the big five. Let's see. You've named 3 of the big 5.
That's it. That's about
Got
all
two
I
more.
got.
Yeah,
That's
Mom.
it.
Yeah, Mothra.
King Ghidorah, Mothra.
I do remember Mothra.
Yeah, the butterfly. How could you forget the
Yeah, that's
butterfly?
why you said the thing with the wings. I'm like, are you talking about Rodan or Mothra? Which
You're
one are
right.
you talking
I was thinking of Rodan.
King Ghidorah.
The thing is
Or
also
King Ghidorah.
also
the
in my
two-headed
defense,
dragon, you know, three-headed
also in
dragon.
my defense, all of those have had action figures that I've seen. I have not seen a Mothra action figure. There probably is, but I haven't.
Yeah, they kind of suck. I have
So,
several of them, but I mean, I have some good ones. But most of the action figure ones kind of suck.
I can say right now, you have to say I didn't do too bad with my limited knowledge, but I do remember those.
Hey, you
I mean,
did a
I-
good job.
the-
Better job than most
When you
people.
saying Godzuki tells me where your Godzilla knowledge lies.
Mhm.
It wasn't Hanna-Barbera that I remember Godzuki. I remember it from the live action.
Godzuki's not in the live action. What are you talking
No,
about?
the
You're
TV
talking
series- or
about
no, That was,
Manila.
it was the 70s.
You're
You're,
talking about
you're thinking
Manila.
the baby Godzilla.
Yeah.
and that's not Godzuki.
No,
That's
what the hell was it called?
Manila is Godzilla's son. Godzuki is Godzilla's nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Which
know
is
that
in the
crap.
animated series.
No, I
that's
literally, maybe I
Hanna-Barbera.
got the name from the animated, but
Yeah,
I
no,
have
yeah.
a fond
Yeah.
memory of
It's
the live
Manila
action with
or
the itty bitty guy, and I
Yeah.
thought his name was Godzuki. I got it wrong.
it's Manila or Minra, depending on if you're. But the American name was Manila.
No, all I know it was back way back, and it was live action, and they were in the rubber suits, and they had a little
Yeah.
guy in a rubber suit, and that's who it
Yeah.
was. That's all I remember.
And Godzilla was the tough dad, tough love father type.
I'm sorry, but I find it very, very hard to believe and hard to take serious that one of the moves was him getting on his tail, sliding across the ground with both feet and double kicking.
That's the greatest movie in the entire. It's
Besides
Godzilla
him
versus
flying in the
Megalon.
air backwards,
You've
just
got-
using
Oh,
his
wait a minute.
breath as
So,
a-
Jaguar.
Do you understand? I did see them.
Yeah, you saw
I don't
Jaguar. I
understand
mean,
them.
that's the best movie.
Yes, you
There's
remember.
nothing to understand. What you're understand, it's like understanding wrestling. Look, I don't understand wrestling. If I'm being honest with you, it doesn't click for me. But I think the same feeling there is what I get when I watch dudes in rubber suits pretending to be monsters and fight each other.
I get it. But if you can tell me anywhere in wrestling where a guy slid on his ass and double kicked somebody, I would be impressed.
No, there's a few times they did that shit off the
I
rope.
feel like I could probably find a clip that's kind of close to it.
Right, and now
I'd
if
try
there's
hard.
not a brown trail behind it, I'll watch it.
I mean,
Hey, I was there when they went and put the Undertaker, like they put him in front of a train or something like that, and then he showed back up later. Right? I saw that happen. Okay.
it's called movie
I
magic.
do have one similar memory, but it's not a good one.
What's that?
Share. You can share if you want to. This is turned into a therapy session now.
Brian Pillman.
Okay.
I saw that. Not a good day.
No.
Which one was that? Was that where he actually like broke his
The
back?
cage
Mm-hmm.
and jumped and well, actually fell. And let's just say it wasn't staged.
Yeah. I mean, those guys are acrobats. They are doing dangerous things. Like I have an appreciation for wrestling. I just can't get into the actual narrative of wrestling.
I don't even think there is a narrative, really. I mean,
I mean, back in the day, there really wasn't either. It was just like,
I mean,
he'd
there
get
is
in front of
no.
the camera and say, "I'm gonna kick his
There's-
butt," and then the other dude's going, "I'm gonna
if
kick
we're
his
being
butt," and
real,
then they
like,
just beat each other up.
Someone in the Godzilla and my Godzilla fandoms would argue with me, but there's no narrative to Godzilla either. It's just a couple guys in suits beating each other up.
It's a very, very, very loose plot. It doesn't actually.
The
have to
plot
make
is
sense, but
the
it's
plot
there.
is to get the two monsters to fight each other 2 to 3 times a movie.
Mhm.
Ultimately, with Godzilla winning in the end.
Unless you're Godzilla minus 0. And Godzilla.
Yeah, that one is a
unless you're
war.
going-
That one.
unless
That
you're
one
going
is
that
a.
way, it's different.
That one is a war drama about loss and dereliction of duty and the guilt of being a survivor. And there just happens to be a nuclear lizard that shows up from time to time.
To be
You can
honest,
cut all of
it's
Godzilla
very
out
good,
of it.
though.
You can cut all of Godzilla out of it, and it would be a fantastic war movie. That's what makes Godzilla minus one great.
Yeah.
Um,
It's so well done, though. They really they throw in the narrative why the lizard exists. It's
Yeah,
not just
I mean,
ignored,
it's a good
actually
movie.
written in very well.
If I was to tell someone to watch one movie, if I knew that they liked like more serious movies, they couldn't take Godzilla serious, I would tell them to watch Minus One, because Minus One is a serious like movie. It's really good.
Yeah, don't direct them towards Shin Godzilla. That's kind of getting into the really strange.
Shin Godzilla's cool.
It's cool.
If I know that you watched
like horror
Evangelion
movies.
and liked it, if you watched Evangelion and liked it, I would tell you watch Shin Godzilla because it's Hideki Anno, or I think I'm getting his last name wrong, but he did Evangelion, he did the Shin movies. Watch that one, but yeah, Shin is weird. Also, because Shin Godzilla is, or 1994 Godzilla was sort of about the dangers of nuclear weapons and nuclear energy and stuff like that. This was Shin Godzilla sort of did a similar theme where they were kind of targeting at like the bureaucracy that surrounded the Fukushima incident, and how inept they were in some of that. So.
well, real quick, because I do not want to spread misinformation. Brian Pillman died of a heart attack. It was Owen Hart that died when he jumped off the cage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was Owen Hart. After I said that, I thought to myself, because Brian Pillman was from Cincinnati, Ohio, in this area, and has had run-ins with the police, and people know him and everything, but he actually died in the hospital, and it was, well, let's face it, it was steroids, but his heart exploded. But it was Owen Hart.
Yeah, Owen Hart.
Yeah, that's the one I saw on TV. I saw it when he hit, and then all of a sudden they just cut the feed.
Yeah, man, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, they do dangerous stuff. If the choreography can go wrong, they can get hurt real bad.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of those things. I think it's entertainment. I'm sure people have gotten hurt doing Godzilla movies too. The
problem is that everyone associates wrestling with being fake.
Yeah.
Okay, there's wrestling like I did in high school.
And then there's wrestling.
And then there's live television.
Look, all I'm saying is that
but they really get hurt.
Soap operas for 13-year-old boys, okay?
You get it?
Unless it's Robotech. That's different.
No, Robotech was absolutely.
That's a whole different soap opera. But it is.
This was my favorite soap opera ever. I mean, and I didn't know it. I told you this. I didn't know it. I was watching it. My dad walks in and looks at what I'm watching and goes,
I'll tell you what you didn't know and you still don't understand is you were watching an Idol anime.
Well, he goes, this is a daggone soap opera. And I thought, dang it, he's right.
Hey,
it is.
Days of Your Life has nothing.
I can't get into that stuff. I will say this much, though. I got off the school bus and ran right in. and I turned that TV on and I watched my episode. 30
Like,
minutes. Of sweetness.
I saw so much Days of Your Life just because I would go to my grandma's after school, and she would watch Days of Your Life.
I am so sorry.
That's what my mother used to do. And you know what I do? I just go like, I'm going to my bedroom and play with
And
my Legos
we
or something.
play in the Avon boxes that she had because she was an Avon lady.
Oh yeah. Well, you also got kind of cool stuff out of the Avon boxes too. They actually have
Let me
really
ask you
cool
this.
toys and such. So
Let me
Hey,
ask you
they
this.
made really cool race cars. Okay,
Hang on. Let me ask you this. In my time frame, so I'll just say 80s. It was earlier. When you had to stay home from school, what was the must thing you had to watch?
The Price is Right.
The Price is Right, baby.
Price is Wrong, bitch.
You had to watch it. It was like mandatory. If you were sick from school, you had to watch The Price is Right.
Yeah, I always watch Price is Right, and even like late in the evening. What did we watch?
And none of this
Wheel
Drew
of
Carey
Fortune
crap.
and Jeopardy.
what are
Always.
you complaining about? What Drew Carey? Are you talking about? Whose line is it anyway? Oh, you're talking about the Drew Carey Price is Right. Never
The
mind.
Drew
I
Carey
forgot
Price
he
is
does.
Right.
I forgot he does Price is Right now.
He did. Bob Barker.
Yeah,
Sorry.
'cause-
I
'cause
grew up
Bob
on Bob
Carey,
Barker.
I watched plenty of Prices Right, and then I also had Jerry Springer and the Maury Show.
No.
Jerry Springer was insane.
Like there wasn't a lot on in the middle of the day in the summer.
I'm like,
Okay,
great.
Why you
White
watch The
trash
Price is Right?
episode. It's during the summertime. I'm not going to be watching TV. I'm going to do something else.
You couldn't watch
we weren't allowed to
cartoons.
go outside.
Cartoons
From
were
the
only
parent-
from 3 to 4
Yeah.
or 3 to 4:30, something like that.
Yeah, they were
That's
on
the only
in the
time.
afternoon.
Unless it was Saturday. Then you have
Yeah.
what was called the Saturday Celebration. 8
It was
a.m.
like 8 a.m.
to
till
noon. Nothing but cartoons.
I remember the
Sometimes
do you
there
guys
one
remember
channel
the
went up
USA
to 2 o'clock.
Express?
Yep.
That's what I used to watch all the time.
See, when
Yep,
I was
that was
growing
where we
up,
were.
there was I think WB Kids went a little longer than Fox Kids on Saturdays. So you would switch to WB Kids after Fox Kids ended.
This was before. You're not going to know this.
No,
Before
I'm
cable.
a different generation.
Before cable, there was called On TV. Okay? Before On TV, your TV went off at midnight. That's it. No one broadcast. So then this company decided that they were going to buy up all these old movies and movies that were like a year old or whatever, and they would show them at 9 o'clock at night throughout when the TV was off until like 6 o'clock when the 6 a.m. news came on.
Reruns.
And you had one channel, and it was called On TV. For one channel. That's what you bought. One channel. And I remember my dad bought that, and there was a lot of late night program that I probably shouldn't have seen, but I did, and stuff like that. And then my dad just one day just came in and goes, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. There's this thing called cable, and we're getting it. 50 channels. Amazing." I mean, we had like 7. It's like 50 channels. You can watch anything. Okay? Now we have like 300, 400 channels or whatever.
And there's nothing.
And every
for
one
it.
of us in there can still channel surf and go, God, there's nothing on.
Yeah,
nowadays
that's
it's
when
kind of the
you
same thing.
channel search until you find the channel that's playing The Fifth Element, and you watch that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not wrong. Fifth Element's great. Good movie.
Meh.
I like that movie.
It was meh.
It's in my top. I guess everybody has like a
I didn't
top
say it was
50 or
bad.
something. It's like within
It's
there.
it's the right kind of campy for me.
I mean,
I just
it's
like
not
cyberpunk
it's
stuff, so.
it's not Spider-Man Brand New Day bad, so it's okay.
Was that the one?
Oh, it was bad. You didn't like it?
Oh baby, opening up some worms here.
Did you? So you didn't like it?
No. No.
Why? It was
This is
great. I
not
thought
the
it was
show for
amazing.
this.
Huh?
This is not the show for this.
That's true. Maybe we need to do a movie show because I watched it
all I
last
can
night.
tell
I
you-
loved it.
All I can tell you is this: if you look at the
Needed
first
more
half
Andrew
of the movie
Garfield.
and the second half of the movie, whoever wrote the first half paid someone to write the second half. It was totally different. It went from being really good to, are we done yet? I'm looking at my watch.
I haven't been able to enjoy a Marvel movie in a while.
I don't know,
It's just,
man.
they're too.
I was
like
really
the-
hoping, Michael, you even said this, and you said what you said. I'm telling you right now, I am sorry. Wait for a better one.
I liked it. Go see it.
It was okay.
I
People say
won't
the
see
same
it in the
thing about
theater.
the Supergirl
God.
movie. I'm like, what? Do you guys not like fun anymore?
I
That's
didn't
what
see the
tell
Supergirl
people.
movie yet.
The
I haven't
Supergirl
seen it
movie
yet.
was great, and there's so many people that's crapped on that, and I'm like, what is?
I
wrong
haven't
with
No.
seen it yet. Give me a break.
I don't like.
Not
I don't
yet.
like
I'm paying
fun,
to see it.
Jason. I want to go see a movie and I want to leave it depressed. Okay, I want to walk out there and be like, "I'm so depressed,
like,
man."
I hate
Like,
the world
that was
because
such.
the movie sucks that bad. My life.
That,
is...
no, it's not that it sucks. I want it to be so good that it made me have an existential crisis. Okay.
Honestly, have you seen the movie The Mist?
Yes.
No.
Watch The Mist. You're gonna walk
Which
out
one?
and
The ending
hating
of it
life.
made me mad. That's all I gotta say.
It absolutely will. It's the one with Thomas Jane.
That's the one movie that I wanted to kick.
Didn't they
someone in
remake
the
it
head
with
for.
Mark Wahlberg?
No, that was a different movie.
I don't think it was
No, this is a really good movie. It's a Stephen King thing, but it's
It's a
good.
Stephen King, but you will walk out of there going, "You're pissed. You're pissed that you watched it, but it's like a roller coaster." And but you will walk out. You will not like the ending.
Mm.
You just 100% will not
Oh
like it.
no, it was the
Nobody
guy. Yeah, it's got the guy from the first Punisher movie.
Second Punisher. Dolph Lundgren was the
Was it the
first.
second? There was a Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie.
Yeah, we don't talk about that much. Yeah, there was.
I want to see it though.
Actually, it's kind of very campy and funny, and it's definitely
I-
better than the third guy. What was his name? The Warzone. That was horrible. Punisher Warzone is like the
Yeah.
worst.
I don't
It's
think
worse
I ever
than,
watched that one.
Oh, what was the vampire movie? Why can't I think of his name?
Blade. Do you
No,
know
the
Blade?
vampire. He was.
Oh, Morbius.
It was worse than Morbius.
I was told Morbius wasn't that great. That's one I have not seen yet.
You gotta take it for what it is, but
That's what I
Warzone
do.
was worse.
My
A
thing is,
Sony superhero movie, which means it has potential, but it doesn't live up to any of it.
well, this is my thing.
That's what's
Anytime
funny.
I go watch any movie anymore, I walk in with a low bar because of seeing all the stuff that I have seen. Because me having a degree in film, I have seen a lot of movies. I have analyzed the crap out of a lot of them. And I'm like, I set that bar so low anymore. And when I walk in and I'm actually, fairly satisfied watching some, I'm like, yeah, I can. There's some memorable things that are good in a movie. I try to pull the good stuff out of it. Because not everybody's going to like everything that's in every movie. Let's face it. We all have certain movies we've seen before. It's like, okay, you got a boring part that you really didn't care for.
I think The Matrix 2 and 3 are good movies.
Good night, everybody.
On that note, man, kick a man when he's down.
I'm done.
Wow, dude, you just broke everything with that one. I was waiting up to say Jurassic Park 3 is the best.
No, I can never do that. They killed my sweet T-Rex.
Bro, they broke the whole thing when they had a raptor talking to Alan Grant. That's what
Oh
killed me.
yeah, that was pretty good.
Alan, what the? No. No, I don't need talking dinosaurs like that. If you're going to do that, you need to do dinosaurs, and yeah, that's a whole different thing.
I do think The Lost World gets a bad rap. It's not that bad of a movie.
Lost
was
World
amazing.
with
Sorry, loved it.
what was his name? Will Ferrell.
No, it wasn't Will Ferrell.
No, I'm talking about the second Jurassic Park movie. Jurassic
No,
Park.
I actually meant the
You're-
the Land of the Lost. That's what
Land
I
of the
Land
Lost.
of the
Land of the Lost
Lost,
is
yeah.
hilarious.
I thought it was
love that
hilarious.
movie. That
Because with
movie's
that one,
great.
I was going to
It's
tell you,
funny.
yep, it's funny.
You have to you can't have it if you have too many people. I think went in with that connection to the series,
I
which
saw
I
the
didn't
series.
have.
I remember growing up with it, but the way he did it, I was like, "This is
thought
funny."
I thought you got to watch it as a Will Ferrell movie, not as
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I mean,
Danny
it's kind of
McBride.
like
Danny
any
McBride's
movie
just
nowadays
great.
that The Rock's in. You know, it's going to be some campy weirdness. That's all it is anymore
Yeah.
with him. I'm just like, because he's got to advertising this new one. It's like, it's a Jumanji thing. Like it's, I don't know, like
Yeah, they're doing a.
they're like,
It's not a
they're like,
retcon.
I don't know, they're
It's
taking
Jumanji.
it's
It's Jumanji.
yeah, it's
I like the
Jumanji, but
first.
it's like,
I liked the first Jumanji video game one. That one was fun. I
but
haven't.
this is what this one is.
I
It's
enjoyed
a
it.
Yeah, but
continuation
you
of
can't.
that.
I'm sorry, but you can't beat Robin Williams, Jumanji.
I
It
mean,
was- it
that
was
one was
just-
good.
Thank
That
you.
one was a lot
Thank
more
you.
serious than it. You know, that one actually was kind of scary as a kid. Like I watched
Well,
it a ton.
it
but
had its own
heart.
venue, and then when they did the space one, you're like,
Zathura.
Mm.
eh. And then they did the video game one with The Rock, and you were like, okay, it's a little different. It's not
I like the first
serious,
one was
not taking itself
fun.
serious. And
It
now they're
was
doing
funny,
another one, and I'm
but
like, okay,
I
that's
think
enough.
it's overstated. It's kind of like I don't know, Jurassic World overstated. Like if it was just one movie, but
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. I think I've seen 2 Jurassic Park movies. It's just too much.
first and the second. I love
Yeah.
to me there's 2 Jurassic Park movies and everything else is kind of
Oh, then I'm not
Everything else
missing
is
anything,
kinda
am I?
add-on.
yeah.
I've seen all the others.
Like the Jurassic Worlds to me were okay. They were nowhere near what like the first 2 Jurassic Parks.
You have
were,
to
because I
flip
saw the
your
first 2
brain
in
on
Which
theater.
one? Which one introduced Chris Pratt in?
That's
Is
Jurassic
that the
World.
third one?
World.
World is
I don't know,
this.
that's that
World
3
is
or
the
4.
4th one. Technically, it's the first of the spinoff. It's the 4th in the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I saw the first 2. I watched like 2 minutes of the one with Chris Pratt, and I stopped watching it.
Yeah, you have to come because to me those movies are basically like it's someone's fan fiction made into movies. Like because it has all the same sort of themes as the original. It's like science gone wrong, but you know, they take it to the level of weaponized velociraptors. You know.
Yeah.
I just
if you,
remember
if
the
you can
first
be
one.
if you can be good with that, then which is funny. This is coming from a guy who likes kaiju movies,
Mm-hmm.
but
No,
they
I-
just didn't. They didn't click with me.
The first one, the very, very first one,
That
it
would
was
be fun.
about we have the technology to do this. Should we do it?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the repercussions of doing it, and it was scary, and I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And
If they
you
went
really
full
didn't get
Planet
that
of the
from
Apes, if they went
I
full
love
Planet
Planet
of the Apes with the Jurassic World, that would have been.
Well, the problem is that Planet of the Apes had Marky Mark in it, so
The
new
original
one.
Planet of the Apes though was absolutely amazing though. The
Oh,
original-
yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's the
And the
whole
fact-
the whole
and the
new
fact
line
that the
of movies.
last one brings you around to the first one,
Yeah.
so it's a continuation. Amazing.
But I mean, that just kind of shows you how writing's kind of changed quite a bit.
Yeah,
With a
it's
lot of
gotten
things.
lazy and sloppy.
Well, I mean, everything now it seems to be a cash grab, and it seems like I tend to watch a lot of like. you know,
Hello, the new
independent-
Spider-Man movie.
It wasn't that horrible, man. I have seen a heck of a lot worse.
Yeah, the problem
Do you
is
not
that
remember
you're
Spawn?
defending yourself. You
Do-
were defending yourself with it wasn't that bad.
Okay, but
But do you
Spawn
remember
came out.
that
Spawn?
horrible.
Spawn
you
came out
can't-
in a time period of bad superhero movies, right? Like
Yeah, we're
even
not in
the
a good
best
time right now.
superhero movie was bad. Like the X-Men movies, they were good, but they're
Well,
bad. They're not.
Let me put you
great
this way:
movies,
the
but,
last good superhero movie I saw
was
was Deadpool.
No Way
and
Home.
Wolverine.
I didn't.
Okay,
I
I
haven't
agree.
watched that, so I can't.
All
I
the di-
can't.
All the Deadpool movies, amazing.
They,
None of
but
them.
you
I
got to
haven't
look
watched
at
it
them
yet,
for
but
what they are.
Yeah,
I watched.
They're campy and crazy,
it's
but they're
Deadpool.
fun.
You go in there thinking
Right.
serious, you're stupid. Go and go
I watched
somewhere
No
else.
Way. The last one I watched and really thoroughly enjoyed was No Way Home. And at that point,
Yeah, that would be my next one.
when I watched No Way Home, I was already kind of out on the Marvel movies. I really enjoyed, I really enjoyed Infinity War. I didn't quite as much enjoy Endgame. I was like, okay, it's wrapped up. I don't know if I really care about superheroes anymore. Then No Way Home was fantastic, absolute fantastic movie.
Well, the
and then
main thing,
Multiverse of Madness came out, and that movie was awful.
Yeah, it
and I was
wasn't.
like, okay, I'm back out again. I'm
What
done.
okay, so
about-
listen, No Way Home gave us, for people like me that wanted for the longest time, it gave a sort of closure to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
And
Andrew
by the
Garfield
way-
is a
by the way,
really good Spider-Man.
he's the best, and he needs to have a third movie. He needs a redemption, but at least we got a little glimpse into it. And
As
for that,
Spider-Man,
it made
he
it a
was the
good movie.
best for sure. And those movies just suffered from poor design choices with the villains in particular.
Well, Andrews was poor writing.
yeah,
You had great
I mean,
characters.
I
The
feel like
Wizard-
he was well written.
Yep, but then the storyline just sucked balls.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to change and retcon his origin about his mom and dad and all this, and that they meant for him to get bit by a spot and all that stupid stuff. They shouldn't have done that. But they did. And that's kind of what makes it a...
Yeah. I
But acting-wise,
sure, but
he is the best Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
he nailed the snarkiness of Spider-Man that I kind of grew up with, because I grew up with the '90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
And he was a snarky character in that. He had his wit. And so I didn't feel like Toby quite had that. Toby's kind of a dork.
I like
So-
Toby. I thought he was
Toby-
kind of cool.
His movie's
Toby
fine,
did
but
what I would say is a 9 out of 10 Peter Parker and
Yeah.
like a 3 out of 10 Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man's
Yeah.
supposed to always be kind of not completely insanely
Okay,
serious either.
hang on. Let me finish. Tom Holland, I would give him. You gotta look aside of all the Stark tech and all the goofy stuff, but just him being Spider-Man, he's like a 7. But as Peter Parker, he's like an 8, maybe.
yeah, I think they like he's not bad. I feel like
But if you
he's
look at Andrew,
too sanitized. Like,
but if you look at Andrew, all right, you gotta go with the times. All right, he wasn't the dorky science, keep your head down kid. He was more of a skateboardy, edgy, lipping, talking Peter Parker. So I'd give him like a 7 on the Peter. But Spider-Man, he's a freaking 10.
yeah, because that's what's the whole appeal of like the team up of Spider-Man and Deadpool was that Deadpool was more extreme Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he made Spider-Man seem tame because Spider-Man was a witty, sort of snarky guy. When Peter Parker became Spider-Man, he had confidence and he was witty and and snarky, and I felt like for sure Andrew to me pulled that off the best. We turned into a Marvel podcast, by the way.
Welcome to Plasticast Marvel Podcast.
All I could say is that he doesn't
A
get
movie
any love,
podcast.
Yeah, no.
and about the only thing.
Well,
in
that's why when you
No Way
told me
Home-
that, when you agreed with me in the text, I was like, I'm going to trust what you tell me about the Spider-Man.
I'm just telling you.
So if you
And you'll
tell me
agree
the
with me on
Spider-Man movie is bad,
You
I'm
will
like,
agree with me
I'll
on
wait.
this.
I will watch it when it comes out with my family on cable.
Okay, listen. No Way Home. Look at any scene with anyone, and either Tom or Toby,
Tom
and
and
when
Toby
they're
were-
talking,
or-
talking to Andrew,
Yeah.
they either make him shut up, cut him off or they're rude to him. Every freaking scene. They belittle his character so bad.
I didn't catch
And
that,
case
but
in
because I
point-
thought his character was pretty well written, and
No, it was. It was their reactions. Yeah, I mean, he starts talking about something and then they interrupt him all the time. Watch it again. You'll see it over and over.
well, yeah, I
At,
think
at
I
one
remember what you're
point, he
talking
even
about. Because
turns to them and says, "Man, I love you guys," and they're like, "Oh,
well, because I
okay."
think at that point, because I think his character at that point was supposed to be, he's the, he's post losing,
everything."
Gwen Stacy, and so he has no confidence at that point, right? So in some way, him just letting people walk over him was kind of because he finds his redemption when he saves Tom's MJ,
Right.
and that gives him and fighting alongside of them and overcoming gives him
I
his
get it, but throughout the
confidence
whole
back,
movie,
right?
man, they're like jerks to him. It was blatantly obvious. I didn't like that. I just
I'll have to
that
watch
part
it
I
again
can't-
and maybe look at it for that critical eye. But I mean,
When
I
you see it now,
felt
you'll
like
see it.
I felt like most of the interactions to me were pretty good, but maybe I wasn't really looking for it. Maybe it would stand out a little bit if I went in thinking about it.
I don't know. Maybe I went in with a little hypocritical against them bashing what I think is the best Spider-Man, but that's not the point.
I mean, that's
I
the
know
thing.
you
I think everybody has their favorite actor and such when it comes to Spider-Man. Because, I mean, everybody, I think, likes everybody for certain reasons. It's the same thing with Batman. Same thing with Superman.
Michael Keaton.
I mean, if we're because of, I mean, to me, if we're talking about the Tobey Maguire stuff, it was the villains that made those movies, like freaking Willem Dafoe.
Well, yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
And
Even the ones they brought back. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, I'm
But-
saying even back in his original movies, like, I definitely
Right.
wasn't. I wasn't.
His acting didn't
Super-
carry those movies.
Yeah, I wasn't super into the movie because Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man.
Correct. Willem Dafoe did a wonderful job on that.
Mhm.
And then we start getting bad when you start talking about Venom and whatever the heck his name is that was totally miscast.
Yeah, he should never have been Eddie.
What the heck was his name? What is his name?
I can't remember his name offhand, but
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace. He's a good actor. Listen, he's a good actor. He's not Venom.
Yeah,
He's not Eddie Brock.
He's not Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock
He's not
was,
the jock that decided he's going to take
Yeah.
Spider or Peter Parker's job. He's not the big muscle bound guy.
Yeah, that was a mistake. That movie should have never introduced
Any
Venom
of that.
because, in my opinion, Sandman was super interesting in that movie,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
they threw in Venom and kind of just made it pointless.
they put too many villains in that movie. I think they could, because I think
Well,
they,
and that's my
they
problem
could've
with
that was
modern.
formula.
expanded into another one.
Yeah.
after
hang
that.
on, listen.
But see,
listen.
that's my problem with modern
That was the
Marvel.
formula
It's
back
like
then.
500 characters in a movie now.
Look
I
at
can't
Batman.
keep track of it anymore.
All right, Michael Keaton's Batman. All right, phenomenal movie. One villain. Second one comes around. Oh, we got to have multiple villains. Let's get 3. So then we got 3 lame villains. Really, really bad. So when they did Spider-Man, they wanted to have more villains. But they didn't flesh them out. They didn't cast them correctly. And it suffered. Spider-Man was okay. The second one, not so good. Third one, oh my God. Dumpster fire.
Yeah, it was-
They got progressively worse.
Yeah, to
I
me the
even
only
admit there was
to me
too
the
much
big
going on
problem.
in that movie.
Yeah, to me the big problem with the second one was just it turned up the camp for some reason that it didn't need to.
Yeah.
And then the third one, yeah, there was too much going on. They were trying to do
I don't know what the
they're
hell
trying
they
to
were
do
With him
Black
dancing around and stuff. I
Spider-Man,
mean, come
which
on.
When see that's where it comes. That's where Toby, as sort of an actor and as his portrayal of Peter Parker, comes in. Where they were like, because Black Spider-Man, it turned Peter Parker into a insufferable, douche that was trying, that was on the borderline of murdering people all the time, and they made him so corny.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was really bad, but
if you look at the Amazing series, all right. First one, I didn't like the beginning. I didn't like the whole retcon of his origin.
yeah,
But even put that aside, he was really good. And then, like, the first thing he does when he goes out and stops a carjacker and the cop comes up, he starts, giving him lip. He's giving him sass. Well, guess what, guys? That's what Spider-Man did. That was perfect portrayal. The
I love
acrobatic
that. Immediately
stunts and
he started.
amazing. The problem is it was supposed to be all about her father dying. And then that's him thinking about, I can't tell people my secret, this, that, and the other. And then the second one comes along, and it was a really good idea, but the story was just written so badly.
Can I just and to Jamie Foxx's credit, they redeemed him in No Way Home.
Yeah, because he shouldn't have looked like that.
He should not have been. He was a wrong cast for Electro.
No, but in the No Way Home, he did a good job as Electro.
He was amazing in No Way Home.
But that's the difference.
And Jamie Foxx is a great actor.
The difference in direction and a good actor.
Yeah.
The first one he was being directed. The second one, he was a good actor.
Can we all agree the fact that all these different iterations of Spider-Man is because he is multiverse, so these are different versions of Spider-Man?
Well, I do like
Because
that they
that's
tie
kind
that.
of what I like about this.
I found it funny because I was like, when we got to No Way Home, it's like, okay, now you got to go watch now you have to add those 5 movies into your watch order
to
because
me,
they're part of the multiverse.
Everything with Spider-Man has always been a multiverse. Like,
yeah,
every movie
there's
that
a
comes
whole
out,
multiverse.
that's like, okay, if you have the same actor, that's that version of Spider-Man. You have this version of Spider-Man. You have this version of Spider-Man. I've always looked at it like that. I've never saw him as the same Spider-Man, ever. It's kind of like when, Wolverine and Deadpool. What happens? They bring all these different versions of Deadpool. Like, come on, I mean, there is a multiverse there, and I think that actually kind of seals the deal when some people don't like a certain movie. Well, they don't like that version of
ready?
that.
Are you going to be ready for a new Wolverine? Because it's coming.
Of course. I want to see
Not everyone can say that.
I want to see a different Wolverine. I want to see somebody else.
Other
than I can't remember the guy's name, but the dude has been typecast. It's hard for him to get out of that
You're talking
role.
about Hugh Jackman?
Yeah,
Hugh Jackman.
He can't get out of the role of Wolverine ever because everybody sees him.
Oh yeah,
as
he can.
Wolverine.
He's done so many other movies and stuff. I mean, he's
the
fine.
problem is he's consistently typecast, though. That's the problem.
The problem is
I think the problem is that Wolverine is typecasted to Hugh Jackman at this point.
Yes,
because I want the short guy. I want the angry short guy that Wolverine is supposed to be.
I agree with him.
Really,
Hugh Jackman.
He's supposed to be shorter than everybody else.
Hugh Jackman is
Wolverine. Come on.
Hugh Jackman is too tall.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He's too tall. He should have been shorter.
It should have been Danny DeVito.
Oh my god, I would love to see Danny DeVito as freaking Wolverine.
Did you hear about
ever?
Well, you know about the
You talking about the original screenings?
Tim, it was the guy who did the Batman movie.
That's Burton.
Yeah, Burton. He was going to do an X-Men movie. He was pitching an X-Men movie, and in his X-Men movie concept, the person he wanted to be Wolverine was Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Bro, I would have been all over that. It would have been amazing.
And
I want to see campy craziness. That's what I
like to believe.
Do you know when
I'm
Brian
fine believing
Singer,
there's a universe where that exists.
when Brian Singer first did the X-Men, he looked at Danny DeVito, and it may have been because of what Tim Burton said or whatever, but he was actually being looked at that. And the reason is, if you look at the bio Wolverine, he's what, 5'2"?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
he's got short guy syndrome. I mean, that's like part of his
Right.
character.
So,
That's
and no
why
one
he's
thought
angry.
Hugh Jackman could do it, but he did. And then instead of getting smaller, he got bigger. I mean, because if you look at the first X-Men movie, he wasn't jacked up,
No, yeah.
but he was afterwards.
I mean, he can be jacked up, but I mean, the fact is, he shouldn't be taller. That's the
He's
thing.
just well.
You
Let's
gotta
get
have
around
some-
it. Like I said before, the problem is he's been doing it too long. He's
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like
You need a fresh-
people are going to have to get used.
We
There's
have
going to
the
be a new
opportunity
Optimus
to reboot.
Prime, you know?
you have the opportunity to reboot.
Mhm.
Now, are we going to be happy with the selection? I don't know.
I mean,
mean-
let's be honest. When it comes to big names in Hollywood, how many big name actors you know of now are literally just doing
Yeah.
commercials?
I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like when they make Robert Downey Jr. be Wolverine. It's just going to be that's a joke because they're bringing him because he's
No,
Victor
they're using
Von
him
Doom.
as Doctor Doom.
My
The
problem
shit.
is I don't like Robert Downey Jr. I didn't like him as Iron Man. I didn't.
See, no,
I thought he
I
was perfect as Iron Man.
I
He
think
might be. I
think
just don't like him.
if you
I
look
don't
at
like him.
Tony Stark was.
No, he was fine as that. But I'm telling you, I don't. This is just the thing. I don't like the person.
Oh.
So
Well, my thing is, to be honest, I know a lot of people don't like certain people when it comes to acting and all this stuff. But I don't always look at the person. I look at the performance they can put on. Like, there's
Man,
people out
it's
there that
tough.
complain about certain musicians, this, that, and the other, certain artists. I personally look at things like, this is something I like because of this situation. Like, there's a movie that comes out that you absolutely love, and then say 10 years down the road or 20 years down the road, something happens with that actor and everybody hates on it. Is that going to destroy your perspective of a movie you watched when you were like, 20 years younger? No, it really ain't, because you're still going to like that movie because of what it gave you at the time. That's how I see a lot of stuff. I think there's too much baggage brought in when you're talking about an actor and what they're doing with their personal life or their singer or whoever compared to what they do on screen and what they're
yeah, but you're looking at this one-sided.
well, there's a reason I do that, because
No,
I don't
no.
think
You
it's-
were looking at it as a movie you watched, and now you don't like the actor. I'm saying I didn't like the actor before
okay.
because of who he is.
Well,
So it was very hard for me to watch the movies. I
I
watched
understand
them
that. When it
because
came
they
to-
were important to me in the Marvel Universe.
But I also look at it this way. Although he had a lot of issues when he was younger,
It's
I
maybe
see he cleaned himself up.
it's the
he
art
did
versus the
better.
artist thing, right?
You see what I mean?
Which
It is, but it works. It
But-
works both forward and backwards.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
It does. But I myself have always watched a movie and just enjoyed the movie because of the portrayal, however they do that. It's like, a lot of people don't know this. I loved X-Files. Gillian Anderson was actually a lingerie model before she became Dana Scully in X-Files. A lot of people didn't even know that. All that stuff
And that's
came
why you
out
like the
after
I'm
she
waiting.
was
I'm
in
waiting for the
X-Files.
bad part here.
Well, no, the point is some people would look at her like, oh, well, she was a hussy or whatever. That's why they cast her or whatever. That's what some people would say.
I mean,
if
she
they
was
saw
wasn't
that
she-
before?
I
myself
feel like I
didn't find
remember
that out
racy
well after.
images of her in her Scully outfit.
Well, no, it's not in her Scully outfit. She's like just wearing lingerie. It's lingerie stuff.
Well, I'm just
Oh.
saying afterwards. I feel like she became a sex icon even afterwards. So
Well,
it kind of-
afterward, more so, because that's just Hollywood. But I'm just saying, beforehand, that's what she did. And if you look at a lot
No,
of
I mean,
actresses, that's kind of the route they go. They're models and such like that before they ever
I can
become
get
an
both of
actual
you guys.
actress.
Like
Same thing with men. You know?
I'm pretty good at separating art from artists, so I kind of fall on your viewpoint most of the time. There are a few actors that just as I don't really like this guy for whatever reason. that will make me very hesitant about watching a movie with him in it,
Mhm.
even
That's
though
what
I
I'm thinking.
know that they might put on a really fantastic performance.
I never
So,
said he was a bad actor.
Right.
Yeah.
You just didn't like the guy
Um,
before.
I just think he's a horrible human being, but that's not the point.
Well, I understand that, and we all look at certain actors and performers and stuff like that the same way. I think kind of like when it comes to what they did in the past or what they do and this, that, and the other. It's me. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan because of I first off thought, oh, she's not she's not a real artist. She has other people do stuff
Hey.
for. She's a businesswoman. That's what.
I don't
Speaking
know.
for-
She's making money.
But
I
who
don't
cares if she's
like
making
country.
money? You can make money and still be a
I never-
diabolical piece of crap.
I never
Yeah,
liked
it's a drug
country. I never liked country. I never liked pop. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift gets one thing from me. She gets one thing from me. That's my last name is Swift, and before her, everyone thought my last name was Smith. Okay, so now people know my last name. She gets a pass. She gets a
She
pass.
gets a pass because it benefits you.
She gets a pass. It benefited me as a Swift.
Did you
One of the few
guys
Swifts in this
know?
world.
You know what? Fair enough. I'll take that.
Did you guys
I'll take
know it was down in? Okay, she put a show on down in Puerto Rico. The venue that they had locked all the doors and let nobody in. After everybody was in, they wouldn't let anybody out, and people were literally dying of heat stroke. And she was still performing and doing her thing.
That's called a fire hazard. That's not on her. That's on the establishment.
But the point
mean,
is,
that's-
what she could
that's
have
against
done
the law.
as a real artist and a real caring person that's supposed to care, you just stop the show then. Then they have to open doors and let people out.
Yeah,
Close
I
the whole
mean,
thing down. Because my thing is, if you put people's lives in danger over some stupid performance, you're part of the problem, especially if you're the artist. And
It
you,
could be
Listen,
well,
worse.
she acknowledged
might-
it because she basically was like, "Oh, we'll hand out water
Would
to
hit
people."
someone
And
in
they
the
barely
head
were even doing that. And I'm like,
with a.
why not
Okay,
just shut the
hang
stupid
on,
show
hang on.
down?
First of all, you're making a lot of assumptions.
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
I'm not
Actually,
defending anyone.
it was written.
I'm just
in
saying,
a huge article, bro.
unless you know for a fact,
It
you're
was
making
an-
assumptions.
It was in articles.
Okay.
Many articles.
Second, and this is the most important. I don't know how you could get inside a Hollywood head. Okay? These actresses and actors and celebrities that have no idea what the price of gas is, much less a carton of or a carton of eggs or milk and whatever. They have no idea.
Yeah.
So when you talk about human value, they don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because
It-
they
it's
don't
just
understand
different.
reality. They've been
Now, am I saying that
separated from
does that give her a pass? No. But, I mean, you're not talking with, in my opinion, there's what's called the real world, and then there's the Hollywood world. And it's not what's on the screen. It's there in their head.
Yep.
And
No,
I've
I
dealt
agree
with
with
some
that.
of these individuals, and it's really hard to understand what's going through their head.
Well, I mean, a lot of them have image. They're afraid that something can shatter their image. I've always been one of those kind of people that's like, why can't you just be yourself and that is your image? You don't need to be somebody else. And that's personally, I think, a lot of the problem with Hollywood. They consistently
Sure it is, because it's
pushing
not just your opinion.
different
It's your
images on
publicist.
someone.
It's your agent. Everyone else bashing on you, saying you have to be a certain way. And then everyone telling you you're doing a great job because heaven forbid I tell you you suck,
Yeah.
you'll fire me. It's this misconception and this persona
Hmm.
that they feel they have to have, but instead of understanding it, and there are some actors that do, and I actually know one in and of itself,
Mhm.
but they just don't know. And so you have what's called the real world, and then you have the Hollywood persona.
True. You're not wrong about that. You're 100% right about that, Magnus. That's something I will never argue with. I'm just one of these kind of people that if that was the performance and such I was doing, and yeah, it was, tons of money and stuff involved, and people were literally dying from it, why should you put anybody else's life in danger because of some stupid performance? You see what I'm getting at? Like,
I do, but that's based on your values and your perspective.
that's
You
a
don't
very,
have hers.
right. And most of the time, there's like other people in charge of that, that they don't care. And
Exactly.
it's like, well, if you stop doing something, then what can they do about it? Really. Truthfully, if you stop, say you are the singer of some band, and you say, nope, I'm not going to perform anymore because of something like that going on, they have no choice but to shut it down, especially if you walk off the stage.
Okay,
Because
She wouldn't be a billionaire.
She'll probably
I
follow.
want to say
because they're
one
not
other
gonna
thing about
be
this.
silly
I'll
about
say
it.
one other thing about this, and then I'm done with the topic.
Okay.
And that is that you don't know her mindset.
No.
For all we know, and I'm not being disrespectful, she might have the mind of a 14-year-old because everyone's told her what to do all her life, and she relies on these people to tell her the right information. She believes what they said, and she acted upon it. Done.
Right. No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, in my opinion, that's how I would, I don't know. I'm just one of those kind of people that I just think if you're going to be in the public eye and you're going to do something, you probably should do the right thing and not do the wrong thing. Otherwise, you get backlash. That's the only reason I said that. Because that's what happens.
Swifties will happily die for
Yeah,
they'll
and
sacrifice
I think
people
they're-
for her.
and
So
I've met
let's.
a lot of those Swifties, and I think they're all woohoo, but that's just me. But yeah, like when it comes to performance, I've always just looked at the performance that somebody puts on. It's like Ozzy Osbourne back in the day. Loved his music. Was it weird that he bit the head off a bat? Yeah, that's strange.
I mean, that was.
But I still love his music.
That was an act. I mean,
And it was an act.
If we believe the official story, it was an act or an accident. But
It wasn't for the bat.
I mean, wasn't the claim that someone threw it up there? And
I know.
So he just picked it up and didn't even realize it was a real bat.
Yeah. I mean, it's stuff like that. It's like knowing, people can.
Ozzy, destroyed himself with drugs so much so
Well,
that
he did, and then he sobered himself up, and he was really trying to get better, especially toward his
Yeah,
own
but-
life. He did a lot.
Sorry, at
to
some
try to make
point the
himself
damage
better.
is done.
Yeah.
oh, I mean, the damage
I mean,
you can
it's-
see in his life.
You can say the same thing
Oh,
about
yeah.
Mike Tyson when he was fighting all the
yeah.
blows he took.
CTE
to the head,
is-
screwed up,
CTE
everything.
is-
he was.
It is, but also that's a personal decision.
Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
and that's a byproduct of the sport.
Mhm.
For a singer to do that Ozzy did to the point of where it messed him up as much as he did, you can't blame that on the music.
No.
You can't blame that on anyone else other than himself.
Right. And that's 100% true. Not everybody, some of
And
these people-
kudos for him for sobering up.
Yeah.
It was just a little too late.
and that's my thing. I've always said, if you find yourself going in a certain direction and you identify or something happens and it makes you want to steer and go back and get out of that, that's awesome. Like that takes courage, that takes strength. A lot of people don't understand that. Some people, they just fall into it, they don't know how to get out of it. Some people are born into it. I mean, I'm sure we've both seen people that are born into a situation and then they can't get out of it because they think that's just the way life is, And I think that kind of falls even in the fact of like actors and performers and stuff like that too. I think that does happen
Sure it
to
does.
them quite often because
unfortunately,
they think, this
believe
is
it or
what I
not,
got to
there's still
do to
people.
sign this contract. I got to go get drunk with so and so, or do whatever they got to do to get that contract signed to move on to whatever record to make X amount of money or whatever it is. That a lot of that does happen, but when it comes to a lot of this stuff, I personally one of those kind of people. I just look at the performance. I try not to take the personal stuff that everybody else is doing, because to be honest, we all have our own like things that go on in the background that's turned us to the people we are, have us have the beliefs we've got. Right, Brett? Everybody's got something that's pushed them in a certain direction.
Well,
And that's
yeah.
just
So,
life. But
but you're actually bringing this back around, okay? Because we were talking about robots and stuff. So, to wrap it up,
right.
everyone has their own opinion.
Mhm.
No one is right. No one is wrong. Everyone's right in their own mind. That's all that matters. Don't worry about what everyone else does. There's things that came out this week that I don't care for. So what? It means that I get a little more coin in my pocket.
Yep.
Did you get what you wanted? Good for you. And that's the way it should be. The community is not one based. It's community. It's everyone.
Mhm.
And I just think that people need to get off the whole, this took a spot for something I wanted, and just look at, good for you. You got what you wanted. I'll get it next time.
Yep. And that's how I see it too. I think everybody has their opinions on whatever they want when it comes to collecting, and whatever they want when it comes to acquiring whatever characters there are, or whatever TV shows or anything they're into. And I think it's a good thing for people to have a diversity and enjoy the things they actually truly enjoy. And don't let other people wreck your opinion because they don't agree with you. That kind of ruins sometimes the person you are. Some of this stuff kind of helped raise us when we were kids, and helped us learn certain values of what to do and not do in our lives. And just learn from it. That's what life is. It's a big lesson. And collecting, it's a up and down train. You're gonna find stuff you like, find stuff you hate, but just don't crush someone else's dream if they don't like that Bayverse Spinosaurus coming out. Let someone have that. That's what they want.
Unless it's Energon, then you're wrong.
Oh, I'm going to do one better than that in a minute. Let's do a sign off.
Okay, let's do a sign off.
If that's
I'll
a
go
total,
last.
if you've known us for a very long time, Energon has been a joke for like 15 years. Okay,
It's true. It's true. Power Link's a bit rough. It's a bit rough. Go ahead, Brett.
So we've given opinions. We've said what we like, what we don't like, and some people are not like that. And they do, and no one takes offense to anything. But I kind of want to end this with just saying that country music sucks. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Thank you.
Oh, jeez.
Night, everybody.
Good night, Brett. That being said, I love Pink Floyd, period. End of story. There you go.
It's not country.
I have some country singers and country music I do like, but it's because I grew up with it. That's all I gotta say. There's a few songs that kind of speak to me and stay there because of that, but that's just circumstances cause it.
I mean,
And no, I'm not gonna
those
sit
are
here and start
understandable.
singing
You're-
freaking Hank Williams or something, okay?
I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm not gonna. I don't like country music either. But, I mean that I'm a metalhead, so.
And you know what? Nothing wrong with that. I'm a bit of a metalhead myself. I like all different kinds of music, though. I'm pretty open, so that's just something I'm just into. But anyway, with that being said, I guess we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, y'all.
Bye-bye.
On the Plastic Marvel Cast.
The Plastic Marvel Cast.